The Jordan, the 23. Why do you always start the episode when DJ Hed is clearing his nose out?
We'll wait. We'll wait.
Is it started? Because DJ Hed. All right.
We're gonna wait till there we go.
Oh, we have the AC too.
Oh my gosh.
Stay on stream.
Are you selling those shirts? Can I cop one?
Yeah, why you be rocking your one of a kind, effective immediately hoodies, stay on stream tees, and
what you mean?
We can't even get a link to support you. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean? You want a link?
You got a link to support?
I got a link for you. You want a link?
In the bio?
Huh?
Is it in the
PO
bio?
box?
Link in bio right now.
You have a link?
You want one of these?
You selling
I want to
the
stay on
things?
stream.
You want to stay on stream? Sure,
Yeah.
I got you. I'll get you one for the free. But if you want to get these shirts right now, you can go to culturemerch.shop.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? Go to culturemerch.shop right now and get your official culturally relevant merch.
So what is the origin of Stay on Stream?
Yeah.
I don't even know if
I don't know.
and
It's just
something you came up with one day?
nah, I didn't come up with it. It's just it was a hotline I made it a hot song.
Yo! Drake just text me! Stay on stream. I repeat, Drake has officially said, stay on stream.
And that was inspired during the Drake and Kendrick fisticuffs.
Nah, I don't.
Before that. So you haven't getting that Stay on Stream shit off before?
Nah, I mean, I remember there was like, I remember that it was a reference made in hip hop at one point, and it just kind of stuck around for a minute. And I like it though. You know, I really respect the streaming movement, and so my homage to the streaming movement is to provide the culture with some merch. Culturemerch.shop. Go get your Stay on Stream tees, hoodies, you know, baby tees. You can even, you know, there's multiple things.
Baby tees.
Multiple things.
For the whole fun for the whole fam.
Yeah, some booty shorts, whatever's your flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're on stream right now, YouTube, 10 a.m. PT. It's the bigger
Yeah,
picture.
yeah, we're live.
The
We're
bigger
back.
picture.
The bigger
I'm Elliott
picture.
Wilson.
Jeremy Hecht.
It's DJ Hed. We out here. We outside. You know what
We
I'm
stay
saying?
too much in the news. I was saying before we started rolling.
We in the news?
I feel like we're in the stories we're about to talk about a little too much, man. Can we talk about some other things?
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
I met Punch for the first time
Punch-
after our.
hey,
my
Jeremy Heck ran up on Punch and was like, yo, what's up with all? No, I'm fucking with you.
No, he did.
No, I didn't. But we did have a good conversation, and he said the reason why he responded to the tweet that I made was because he very much respects the platform that I have, that we have. He respects my voice, and he loves what we're doing. So it was all peace. It was all peace between
I thought
me
that whole
and
tweet he
Punch.
did, we'll get to his tweet, was about you. I thought he got mad at you because you made him go on the record and try to clear things up.
I thought so too. That's why. But
Punch,
it was
Punch
all love.
hella cool.
Yeah, it was all love.
Him and Jeremy Heck was, you know, chopping it up, and Hecht was like, yo, yeah, my G, and you know, it was cool.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, that's pretty much.
Where was this, guys?
So now you're gonna get mad.
What was
that
this,
me
guys?
and Head were at the same place when I wasn't invited. Well, I was
Was the
invited.
same place some sort of Snoop Dogg listening session?
No, it wasn't.
No, that
Okay.
was separate.
It was
That's
a
another thing
Spotify
that had
party.
deflected me.
I didn't get the invite to the Snoop Dogg thing.
Okay, so let's give an update on us
Yeah,
hanging
this
out.
is bigger picture update first. Let's
I
start.
came in here with love and peace and gratitude,
Me too.
but I got derailed. Well, I will start in the positive.
Okay.
You know, there's a narrative with this show that DJ Hed does not like to hang out with me. Even though our producer Alex finds that hilarious, but he doesn't embrace me fully as West Coast Wilson. I've put so much on for the city and show so much love. I come hat in hand.
Just a mustard interview this week.
I
last
must
week.
say, like Jason Martin, everybody. Jason Martin new songs out today. I mean, it's just engulfed with love. But DJ Heck, he gets invited to everything. He never invites me out.
I don't get invited to everything.
A lot of things in the city, more than me. I get invited to some East stuff. They still think I live in New York. So anyhow, Rapsody has a show. I'm like, let me go see the girl Rapsody, man. You know, big fan, supported her, blah, blah. So I get to the venue. They're getting my accommodations together. Like, hey, wait a second. Elliott, we got your passport. You're going to sit at DJ Hed's table.
Get the
It was his
So
table.
even though DJ Hed didn't invite me out, the brother's so warm-hearted that he made sure that I was accommodated properly, that I could sit at his table. Literally a seat at his table. So I said, you know what? This is cool. Okay, get it. And then the big omission is that you see this is right there. Is Elliott Wilson to the left, DJ Hed to the far right. Who's that in the middle? That's not Jeremy Hecht.
That's
Who's
my
that?
manager. That's Salas.
That's Salas, the manager.
I woke
Where
up.
was Jeremy Hecht? Jeremy Hed claims to be a big fan of Rapsody. He's an interview with Rapsody.
Oh, you don't fuck with black women.
A black woman does a show in his city.
All right.
This African American queen comes to your city to do a
I
live
see how we're
show,
starting
And it was
today.
a fire ass show.
and you can't leave the house to join your comrades. To
I see
support
how we're
this
starting.
African American queen.
Well, niggas was shooting by his house. So
Can I give a defense?
Yeah.
I was actually supporting another black woman, one close to my heart, an Afro-Latina woman, because I had already made plans with her to
about
go.
your lady friend, your
Yes.
girlfriend. Okay.
So I had made plans, and then I didn't hear about the Rapsody invite. I didn't get an invite until like Saturday, okay? And I had already made plans for Monday. I would have loved to be there because Rapsody is one of my favorite rappers and has one of my favorite projects out.
So you chose your African queen over the overall African.
Yes, it was closer to my heart, but I love Rapsody. But
Nepotism.
it was nepotism.
West Coast.
Shout out to LeBron.
You couldn't have took her to the Rapsody show. You have
it
juice?
was-
Oh,
No,
you
it
want to
was
hide
already-
your queen from the world.
I'm not hiding. You saw her yesterday. I wasn't hiding her from
There
the
would have
world.
been a lot of black women
That's
seeing
some
you with a black
real
woman, black
Canada shit
African
you doing.
Latina
Is
woman
hiding your.
at the spot.
If you have a black something in your life that's near and dear to your heart,
Yeah.
it's real Canadian of you to hide it from the world.
I wasn't hiding her from the world. I was hiding the world from her.
Okay.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Do you not take her to industry events?
I took her to an industry event literally yesterday. She was with me. She watched me chop it up with Punch.
She was hanging out and fraternizing, kikiing with
Yeah,
you.
she was hanging out with
We'll get to your
Gina.
party without me. We'll get there.
Okay. But the most disrespectful part of this, I loved seeing you guys together. I was so happy. I was like, oh yeah, they're hanging out. Even if I couldn't be there, I'm glad that my guys were there.
Home cheering.
And then I wake up to this tweet of, I replaced Jeremy on the bigger picture. It was so easy. Look how easy it was to
That
replace.
sounds right there. The crowd laughing.
He's just watching this happen. And I
He
didn't,
looks real comfortable there, actually.
he looks good. Honestly,
Hey, I
you
will,
guys
I
look
will
good.
point out though, you would have thrived in this venue. Shout out to the El Rey Theater, but you would have thrived because it was cold as a motherfucker in that venue.
Black
When I
people
tell
are
you-
complaining about the
Bro, it
coldness.
was
I get cold.
insanely cold.
It was like this. They do that with the TV shows when they tape David Letterman. All the
Yeah.
time. They supposed to keep people alert. They freeze it that way.
Nah,
That's how
bro.
cold it was.
That's
it was cold.
I'm not doing.
It
none
was
of
like
that,
50
bro.
degrees in that
I had to go
piece.
back and get my hoodie. I didn't come in there in a hoodie.
Yeah, I was gonna say you didn't bring a hoodie in.
I didn't, and I wasn't.
Shout
finna
out
buy-
Ali.
The hoodies was $100.
Shout out to rap.
You know what I'm saying?
That's-
I needed friends and family.
Okay, so Rapsody was an amazing show, though, Jeremy. You were
killed
missed.
it.
Bigger picture ain't
Me
paying
and
like
DJ Hed got to hang out. Also, I got to see DJ Hed. Like DJ Hed gets, he makes sure the photographers take his pictures properly. Like he gets his
Gets his
moves
angles
on.
in?
Like this is no accident. Look at the setup there. You know what I'm saying? That's a little impromptu thing DJ Hed put together. That
that
masterpiece
wasn't
right
it.
there.
That wasn't a regular.
He goes by the side of the stage. You get these Rapsody angles. He makes sure
He
you
did the
captures
hugging
him.
pictures too.
Yeah,
I
he
saw
makes sure
those,
you
yeah.
capture him interacting with Rapsody. Like he
Did he
produces
redo
it.
any takes? Did he say, "Yo, rap, come back"?
He
We
moves
get
so
another.
he actually moves so swiftly and fast. I couldn't even catch it if he did reshoots. But
I was.
you do move with purpose when you for these opportunities and photo ops. of
I wanted.
sorts.
It was not photo ops.
Alex, you got to pull up his Instagram pictures. DJ has latest carousel.
What you mean?
We
It's a
just want to
movie.
see the
I
yeah.
said, I said, yo, DJ Hed, can you send me the photo?
Shout out.
No, can I say something?
Yes,
DJ Hed said, "DJ, can you send me the photo of us hanging out so I can prove to people that you actually hang out with me?
Yes.
He doesn't respond to me.
That's
Next thing you know, 4 or 5 hours later, there's an 18 photo carousel of the many wide world of DJ Hed's interactions.
His life is.
I'm ready for him and Kamala to pop up. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's just out of nowhere.
Hey, stay on stream.
That's what I'm saying.
Stay on. It's a great to be continued. It's like there's more to come.
Okay, so
Pause.
then more events happen. I'm not mad at the Spotify thing. I don't know the full details there because I was invited. I was invited to that. I chose not to go. I recused myself, so I don't feel
You
bad.
chose sides with
But
title.
the next I see DJ Hed with a photo that a gentleman has been spoken about often on this program. Many say he's the biggest and the most popular and the most historic, and
The
everybody
biggest
knows
ever.
him. Biggest
Goes by
rapper
the
of
name
all time.
Calvin
His name is Calvin Snoop Dogg
from
Brodus.
Eastside Long Beach.
yeah.
And I say, oh, my man, DJ Hed, Snoop Dogg. Snoop got the hoodie. I clicked the like button. Love and support, but come to find out, I see an old girl that works at Big Boy.
Ani.
It's a Ani, shout out Ani. It's a Snoop Dogg missionary album listening. The Snoop Dogg album produced by Dr. Dre. There's a full listening for the album.
Yes.
I'm not invited. The thing. Where was my invite? Where was my table there?
What you want me to
Where
do?
was my table there, champ?
I didn't even have a table. I sat on a bench and it was hard. Pause.
You sat on some
There it is.
hardwood.
Right now, I'm so happy when I saw that photo. No,
West
but see,
Coast.
all he says is stay tuned, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't say what he's up to. It was what Ani's broke it down. It's a missionary album.
Well, I didn't want to
listening.
get because they took our phones
Okay, at least they took your phone. So
They
I can
took our
respect that.
phones. Big Boy was the only person who kept his phone. Snoop
That's
came.
OG style.
Snoop came out and bust him out. He's like, it's only one nigga that refused to give up his phone. Big Boy, I gotta call you out. You know what I'm saying?
Did he turn it off at least? Put it in the back pocket?
I don't know.
was he
I
flossing?
didn't monitor his phone. You know
See,
what I'm
I'll
saying?
do that. But I'll turn it off at least and show you in good faith and type put it in my pocket. I won't take it out and flaunt that I got my phone and y'all don't. But
Nah, he didn't pull it out. He didn't flaunt it. But yeah, we listened to the album. It was different. It was so we're not supposed. So the reason I didn't say anything, we're not supposed to say anything.
speak on the album, yes.
We're not supposed to say anything.
But we do know it's called Missionary.
The album's called Missionary.
Dr. Dre produced the whole
by
thing.
Dr. Dre.
Different position than his first
And
album.
the features and the sound, the
Doggy
sonic
style,
yeah.
yes. It's an
the features,
homage.
the sound, the sonics of the album is not what you expect. And it's just, we're not supposed to speak on it, but it's like, oh shit.
And it feels like a release this year. They're finally finalizing. You think we're getting to the thing? We can get it this year? No date?
I
but-
don't think I can speak on that.
So it might even be till 2025.
Did you tell him about his picture on
I
the
don't
wall?
think I can speak on that.
You tell him about his picture on the wall and it said like, "Do not let enter biggest hater," or
No,
that wasn't there.
no. I think Elliott has had some dialogue with Snoop since
Yeah, they
he
made
shit
up.
on him.
I've never had no problem with Snoop. Stop with that narrative. I can't take it. That's why I wasn't invited?
Nah.
This Jay-Z thing?
Nah. Snoop did tell us
How popular he is?
when
You know
the
I'm
album
popular, player.
is coming, but I can't speak on that.
Okay,
It's not.
okay.
I'm not at liberty to discuss that publicly.
Let's stay on stream.
Stay on stream.
Wow. So look, it was a really busy week. We all had
We should stay in the house.
Yeah, we
All
need
of
to
us stay in the house.
Well, you also got invited to the studio from Cardi B. Now, question.
Yeah.
Yo,
Where's
Jesse-
our fucking invite?
Question.
I want to go.
Yeah,
see-
were you gonna invite
You know
us
what I'm
if you
saying?
to that studio session?
We not gonna go.
Yo,
We not gonna get
Jeremy's really
flued out
into
to go
this
see
Cardi B
Cardi, are
thing.
we? Heck,
I didn't get an invite.
me either.
I asked for it. I earned my invite. You know what I'm saying? I earned mine.
So
You
what
know
do we have to do to
That's
earn?
history right there. Ask the artist if
Can
they
we sit at your table
partake.
while Cardi plays you the album?
I think I would like to have a little private listening
You
session.
know what I'm saying? Queens in the Bronx, link up.
Don't hate on the New Yorkers.
You don't want
out
an
here.
invasion of privacy?
Moving out west. Yo, you on it, Jeremy, though. Why are you so fascinated by Cardi B inviting me to listen to her album?
I thought that was cool. I can't
Alright,
be.
thank you.
I
That's
think it
cool.
was cool that she responded. That means there is an album or
Yes.
something to listen to. I think
Well,
that's
I saw that I think the idea is that she's in New York. You know, she's going through her relationship situation. So I know she does a lot in LA still. She kind of gave up Atlanta, but she's back in New York, back in the hometown. And I started hearing that that's where she's really now making the album. Like she's locked in New York. If she's gonna record, she's recording in New York. And then she says, like, she's been teasing on like her the spaces and all that. Like, you know, you all just need to pull up and hear some music. And I know like there's a DJ in New York, TT Torres, Hot 97. She said TT heard some of my shit, so I heard that in the back of my mind. I was like, okay, let me ask if I can pull up. So that was it. Just one day she was on Twitter and I was like, can I pull up? She's like, she said go to New York.
it's because you use Spanish though.
She used Spanish saying go to New York. So I don't know when we're gonna do it. Things have happened, but it's funny. I did that online, and then the next day it looked like she was in LA shooting some kind of visual, right? And it was crazy. And then now she still got the drama in the relationship, but she said she had a medical emergency and she canceled one music fest. She was supposed to do the Atlanta headlining thing next to Earth, Wind, and Fire type shit. But she
Shout out
said,
to my dude Motown.
yeah, she had a medical emergency. So her health, hopefully, you know,
Yeah.
she's in great spirits and health. That's most important. But once Cardi gets her mojo back 100% health, I would like to hear the album. I will go to New York to hear the album. Do you think I'm crazy to go to New York to listen to an album?
Can we go?
You gonna join? You got buddy pass? You gonna
I'll
join?
fly.
We'll pay for a
Private jet?
ticket.
I'll fly.
Yeah.
Can we sit at your table if we go?
We can sit outside and then maybe we just get to hear the singles. He'll pick the slaps.
The vibration.
I'll
I don't
dissect
want
the
nothing to do
lyrics.
with it. I'm gonna let Cardi didn't ask me for my opinion. If she asked me, I'll tell her.
You'll tell. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
funny how other people want to go. Rory's, you know, Damaris on the Rory podcast. He's a big Cardi fan. And then Rory was like, you got to bring Damaris. And then
You
Damaris,
walking with an
and
entourage.
then, then Damaris in the comments is like, yeah, because Elliott's not going to know how to like really receive the music and nod his head to it the way I would understand the movement and what Cardi's doing. I'm like, all right, Damaris.
Telling a man they don't know how to nod their head properly to a Cardi B album is crazy. That is kind
No,
of
but it means that, yeah, I think Cardi B, I don't know what like with Snoop Dogg, I don't know what the mystery date is, but I do think Cardi's intent is to come out this year. Hopefully she sticks to it and finishes the album, gives it out to the world. But yeah, I was being encouraging. I was like, you know,
yeah.
like she said, I'm exhausted, but baby, nobody do it like me. So that felt like long hours at the studio, knocked out a
Yeah.
session, you know, So I jumped in quickly. You know, I had a couple drinks at the crib. I was like, play me the album, por favor.
Por favor, yeah.
I don't know why I went Spanish with it. I don't
You
know.
wait to your Afro-Latina
And then,
side.
I don't understand what Spanish-speaking people here. What did she say here? Come to my studio. Are you in New York? See, there you go.
They all
Nobody
think so.
accepts I'm West Coast Wilson. There is the proof.
What you mean?
People think of me. They think I'm in New York.
Yeah.
Your
They
instinct
think
is,
he's in New York, though.
dog, I moved to California in 2019
She asked a
before
question.
the pandemic.
She asked the question. She didn't say.
But she didn't say, "Are you in Los Angeles?"
Well, she's in New York, so I'm.
No, I think she was in Los Angeles because I said the next day I thought she shot something in Los Angeles.
Oh, so you're saying that she doesn't respect your West Coast?
No one respects my West Coast in terms of believing I actually live here.
Jeremy Heck respects your West Coast.
I do. West Coast Wilson.
That's gonna get me far. No shots.
Wow. Damn. I guess nothing.
No, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's all love. It's all love. You know what?
I'm out here hitting head with the SMD. I apologize for that last episode. That's not cool to say.
That was
man.
hilarious, though. There was people who had never seen you break character who saw you laugh. There was one of the top comments was like, "I rewound this 7 times. I never thought I'd see DJ Hed laugh."
That was
hard.
an amazing, beautiful moment, and everybody here enjoyed it. That I really tore into head real quick. That was a great general moment. The only regret is the SMD. Like that, you don't say that to another man. That's some New York shit you say when you want to fight somebody. Like you're ready to fight, and that was not my intent. I was just like feeling myself, jabbing that head. But Jeremy, or you producers here, y'all should have beeped out the SMD, man. We're trying to get some sponsors. We're trying to grow as a show, man.
Yeah,
you can't let the SMD fly like that.
We could have bleeped it out. Okay,
I blame you too. There's blood in your hands too. But
two of my brothers.
Had you received my apology?
I received that.
I apologize.
I walked away with blood on my shirt after 2 of my brothers went to war.
That's a good one.
That was good.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I received that.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was good though. Head admitting I was always like, I was wrong.
Yeah, he immediately owned up to it.
Yeah, that was it was funny.
That was a genuine moment.
I appreciate good witty banter and good humor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I fancy myself a humorous individual.
You are humorous. Also, speaking of LA, the broccoli is on the loose. I just want to say, ever since
broccoli mania,
it is.
You created broccoli mania.
They're trying to turn this into a real ass vegetable. Like we were bringing it up out of nowhere.
I had broccolini the other day. Does that count?
No, but it's fire.
God damn.
I know. That's
for me.
That's more of a. I think broccolini is more fake than regular.
Broccolini is more fake?
But I think so. Let me see.
I was fucking up some broccolini the other day.
Was it sauteed?
It's really good.
A little garlic on it.
It's a hybrid vegetable. So it's a cross between broccoli and Chinese broccoli.
Yes.
It looks a lot like Chinese broccoli, but it's lean instead of the big leaves.
Okay, but broccoli.
So it's
back to the broccoli. Back to the veggies.
But the veggies were getting played on national TV, on TNT. And so ever since we brought it up, we have an F1 commercial. We have a TNT first game, LeBron and Bronny historic, tossing a lob and just playing in the background. People are messaging me on it. I've never received so many tweets. I don't even use Twitter like that. I get 15 to 20 tweets a day.
It's called X, Jeremy Heck.
X is a day. But if I said I have 15 to 20 X's a day,
it's Zeets. Elon Musk said they're called Zeets.
They're Zeets? Okay, I get a lot of Zeets.
He's calling them Zeets? There's no one calling that shit Zeets. Really? He wants you to call it that? Zeets?
Look it up.
I haven't received a DM back from Kendrick, but do we have any update? Is this a real song? Like, is
why
this
are you asking me?
Or you could just say stay on stream, I guess. But you're the closest I have to the source.
West Coast Wilson.
Do you have any information?
Oh no, I do not know. He knows. He don't tell us.
You don't know any info?
You talked to Punch last night.
I should have asked him, but would he have info?
Why the fuck would I have info?
I feel like you're closer to Kendrick than Punch is right now.
Damn. Now you're gonna get another stern
talk.
No,
you always just Punch. That's why he's hating on hip-hop journalists.
Punch, I don't want any problems. What I meant was because I'm
hurting hip-hop journalism, Jeremy.
Jeremy. All I meant was I think because TDE is associated with Kendrick, but you're friends with Kendrick right now. I think Punch and Kendrick are friends. I wasn't saying they're not friends.
Every friend of Kendrick knows when broccoli's dropping?
I think maybe only a few.
They're in a group chat.
They're just in a
K-Dot and the homies.
Broccoli is just like the topic of the.
But it's crazy that people equate you with the snippet, right?
Who said it's called broccoli?
Huh? Say it again.
Who said that it's called broccoli?
We kind of just ran with that.
No,
it's definitely not.
That's
called
the joke
broccoli.
of it. That's the funniness of it.
It might be called Get Off. It might be called Reincarnated. It might be called Blueprint.
Does he have to put in, if he's already doing a Super Bowl, does he have to tease it on an NFL game, or he should let that pass? Is there any more sporting events he should attach to, you think? Or it's gonna be the end of it.
Well, he's done racing. He's done basketball. He's going to do football. I would love some European football.
Yeah. Oh,
Some soccer.
Dodgers Yankees.
Oh,
we got to get
World
it.
Series.
Dodgers Yankees.
World
We got to get it.
Series.
Friday we got to get it. We tape this
Yeah.
Thursday. Tomorrow's game 1. Dodgers Yankees World Series, one of the biggest World Series of all time. Ticket prices through the roof. You gonna get you gonna get the broccoli at that joint, man.
Are you guys kind of low key battling it out in this World Series? Is there some rivalry?
I was more of a Met fan. I'm just a Yankee fan. Well, I grew up in the 70s. I'm old. I was a Yankees fan, Reggie Jackson, that era. But then in the 80s, I went to Doc Good and Strawberry. So I'm more of a Mets fan.
Okay.
Please.
You a Dodgers fan?
What you mean?
Okay, I'm just making sure.
You got a Dodgers hat on.
Yeah, no, I'm a Dodger fan by proxy. I don't care about baseball very much, but LA adopted me.
How important is the Dodgers' victory to the city, in your judgment?
It's super important. Fuck you mean?
Fuck you mean?
It's incredibly important. Like I don't know.
I got Jay guy's LA hat on right there, right,
bro. It's the Dodgers, bro. Like what you mean?
Especially against the Yankees, the arch rivals, the arch enemies.
You know where Camp Flognaw is every year?
Speaking of which, big lineup. Jeremy, some people saying that's the best festival lineup they've ever seen.
I haven't seen anything like that. Maybe Lovers and Friends.
Who's gonna tell Tyler no to go to the festival? No, you can't tell Tyler no.
I think there's some. I think there's someone who's told him no.
Ooh,
Frank.
That's what you calling somebody's joint?
No, I'm literally just talking about the artist, okay? But that was a good callback. Good callback. But no, also wait, there's somebody who told him no. Does that mean that there maybe was somebody who asked who turned down other festivals that could have said no to this one too?
Well, there's a thing called radius clause, some more industry shit for you kids. You can't perform if you do a big festival. Usually they have a radius clause where you can't perform in the market or close to the market within a certain amount of days. Radius clause is a real thing for big shows, arena shows, festivals, stuff like that. So if you book, let's say Rolling Loud is going to be within 2 months of Camp Flognaw, you can't essentially do both as a headlining act or a named act or sub-headliner. Now, I will say this. Shout out to Tyler and shout out to everybody at Camp Flognaw, my dude Tim Henshaw, and everybody that, fuck with the movement. But this got to be the most confusing
way to announce
you
a
didn't
lineup.
Like the crossword puzzle reveal?
I'm too, bro, I don't got, bro.
You're a man who loves words. You're a wordsmith. You do word of a day on your program.
I don't have the bandwidth for this. You know what I'm saying? Like
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, he does love words and reading.
Crossword puzzles of people like yourself that love words, love unique words.
I got a lot of shit going on. Listen, bro. I respect it. It's creative as hell, and it did what it was supposed to do because I was staring at this thing for 10, 15 minutes trying to figure out who the fuck is on this lineup. I was like, okay, I see mustard. Okay, then I was like, God damn, bro, just give me a fucking.
You want a list?
Yeah, what it does is it takes me back to school, and it makes me feel like I'm not smart.
I've actually never seen you this
triggering insecurities in my intellect.
Yeah, this is.
I'm intellectually sound.
Did you have to turn off your phone after seeing this?
No, I didn't turn my phone off. I just was like, fuck it, somebody post it.
Well, would you like me to read the names? Not in. I didn't read it off the crossword, but these are some of the names.
How long did you stare at this?
I gave up immediately as well.
Oh, okay. What the fuck y'all looking at me like I'm crazy for this?
But I waited for the tweet version where it just had the list. That was enough for me. Yeah.
Shout out to what was it, NFR? Or?
Yeah, NFR will post.
Yeah, it was a great reveal though, because then you didn't have the whole politics when people get mad where they're placed in the lineup.
Yeah, no, that
I'm on the 3rd line, the 4th line.
That might be part of the reason, because maybe like at this time it's hard to even decide who's a top liner and who's not. But we have Sexy Red, Playboy Cardi, Tyler the Creator, of course, Andre 3000. We don't know if he's rapping or playing the flute. Erykah Badu.
I was gonna say, I think Tyler's the only one that could maybe have a chance of getting Andre to rap.
I think he could do it. Schoolboy Q, Daniel Caesar, Vince Staples, Denzel Curry, Kate Renata, Gene Dawson, Tommy Richmond, our guy. We have Earl Sweatshirt. It's a Action Bronson. It's a crazy Doechii, Sampha. It's a crazy lineup. It's a crazy lineup.
So people fascinated with the rollout. This is part of Tyler's rollout. Everyone loves the rollout. How are you feeling about the rollout, Jeremy?
Somebody asked me if he had the best rollout of any artist, like rollouts combined out of any artist in the last 15 years. And I could only think of maybe Kanye as a close second, but Kanye sometimes takes it a little too far left or too far right, depending on the rollout. But I don't think anyone does it like Tyler. No one's as prepared to drop an album as Tyler. Like, he comes with the posters, the artwork, the clothing, the festivals, the tour, the features. Like, everything is ready when Tyler decides to drop. Whereas someone like Kanye, who's great at rollouts, he'll announce an album without being prepared to roll out and then roll out on the fly, which is still good for garnering attention. But is there anyone close to
Why do
Tyler?
you think the fans feel so connected and like they almost judge the rollouts now? Like they like the music itself. They feel like
I don't like that rollouts.
they're
are
in the
public.
marketing room. Like they just
I don't like the rollouts are public thing now.
You missing one of those old industry.
I just think that like now you got fans talking about somebody's rollout. Like, what the fuck do you know about a rollout? You know what I'm saying?
they be rating the rollouts.
Well, there was rollouts before. It was just different. It was
Yeah,
less
but
digital.
people
right?
didn't understand what it was. I like the ignorance of the rollout. Let's bring back the ignorance.
Like,
it's impossible. It's over.
you just want people to be aware. Like, how'd you find out? Oh, I saw a poster.
Because you got to think when we get brought into a world, we're captivated by what's happening, and so instead of like being immersed into the world, imagine going to like I've been to like VR. I went to go do like Squid Game, right? Imagine watching Squid Game on Netflix and be like, damn, that's like 3 camera angles right there. It's like, no, I need you to immerse yourself in the world.
Be in the world.
Yeah, imagine watching a horror film, right? Like people do that when they go to like now it's Halloween time. People go to the like Universal or whatever,
Yeah.
the haunted mazes and shit, and they're looking like, imagine looking at the people that's scaring you like, damn, that's a hell of a prosthetic.
Great costume. Yeah.
It's like, bro, that's not the point of this. So I'm just
Or
saying.
then also they're judging the prosthetics even more. It's like,
Yeah.
there's another layer.
No, you're
that
not
prosthetic's
scary.
not as good as the prosthetic that
You
happened.
need 3 more blood stains on your left, on your right cheek. You know, like it just. I want you to just be immersed in the world. So now that rollouts are like a known thing, and they're like, oh, now the fans are judging your rollout instead of judging the art that you're putting out. Does that make sense?
Well, I think they do both though. It's like almost like because of how immersed I'm getting into this world and this character, I'm just giving it credit. Like, wow, this was great. Look at all the work. I'm almost giving credit to the work that's being put in to bring me into the world. Yes, it's a little over analytical, and maybe it's kind of fans judging the music industry in the same way that sales are becoming a thing, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But-
just, bro, you not in the business.
I saw the fans. I saw it went from the praise of like, because he said he was coming out early in the, not Friday, the midnight drop, coming out Monday or Tuesday. Now it looks like he announced Monday,
yeah.
6 a.m.
I
ET.
love that.
I see people complain about that. Who's gonna be up 6 in the morning at 3 a.m.
Bro, listen in 3 hours. Listen when you wake up. You don't have to listen at 3 a.m.
And people complain about that. It's like, yo, he's setting the whole week off. Like I'm gonna stay up till 3 in the morning, I think, blah, blah. Because again, Jeremy, I don't like any of this music enough.
Yeah, you didn't. So you didn't like Noid,
I didn't like Noid either. No.
Were you annoyed?
Like I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed that I didn't love Noid. And everyone loves everything about this. I respect everything about the rollout. Everything he's doing, I think, is masterful.
You just didn't like the music.
The tour with Yachty's. We'll talk about Yachty in a minute. The tour with Yachty. The tour, and what else did he do? He's doing a listening session, Kanye style.
$5.
$5. Everything check all boxes. But even when he did the so I didn't like the first snippet. I don't really love Noid, even though I like the second part better, where he kind of does a different
the one that's
vocal
off the
tone.
video.
Huh?
The one that's on streaming, not the video.
Yeah, the one that's on streaming, not the video. Because I hear him doing a different vocal tone to his vocals too, which I thought was dope. And then he did the whole commercial where you hear snippets of other songs. I don't know. It just keeps giving me like bad Cherry Bomb, like the worst parts of Cherry Bomb moments to me in my sonic ear, maybe. But it's how conflicted I am. As a fan of me, the one that wants to go and also want to be in the mix, like I want to go to the listening Sunday, but I almost feel hypocritical asking the Clancy's for tickets and shit where I'm not like on board like 100%. Because I guess, am I bugging with that? I guess I can't see him making a whack album, but I just feel like I'm judging it against Igor and Call Me If You Get Lost, and I guess I'm just being hypercritical and it's just not connecting with me.
What did you think of the?
I just want to hear the music.
Like I heard some of the music.
No, I'm talking about like I want to hear the
We
project.
haven't heard enough.
Yeah, I haven't heard enough. I don't have a consensus yet because I don't like. I told you I'm not smart enough for Tyler.
You did. You said him, Vince, and Absol. I think we're the three.
I'm just not smart enough to get it just because you give me a snippet or a one song. I need to see the whole vision. You got to explain it to me because I'm not smart enough.
So, what are your favorite Tyler albums?
How do you Call Me If You Get Lost? But that's just like it's the nostalgia. It's the nostalgia feel to it for me.
The mixtape thing.
Yeah, it makes yeah.
What I didn't like,
Well, that's what he's following, so that's the way to look at it too. I mean, that
This seems different. For some
very,
reason.
very different.
I mean, all of his
Yeah.
shit seems different. Every time you go into it, it's like Tyler's like the rap version of Weeknd to me.
he goes into like
It's a
character.
whole world
Yeah.
that he puts you in. And I don't know what the fuck I'm walking into until I get there.
Well, what I didn't like, and I think it's the difference with what you're saying about just being critical of this song and being critical of Tyler. I saw Tyler slander on my timeline more than I've ever seen. Like, it made me want to log off of the internet. People were saying things like, Tyler doesn't make good music ever.
Damn.
Tyler
really?
just does the same thing over and over again. It was just outlandish statements. And I will not tolerate it. I just think when we're talking about
So you
Tyler,
think he's successful enough now that
Jeremy
he has
Heck not
backlash
having it.
coming
I'm not
that way?
having it. And then people are saying, well, Jeremy, you're not like us, so you don't even have an opinion about Tyler. I said, shut the fuck up. Let me have an opinion about Tyler, the creator.
You heard Jeremy Heck say, shut the fuck up?
Okay, we are not tolerating Tyler slander.
Whoa.
Don't at least say, if you say that
Go get
Tyler
out there
has
in the
done the
street then,
same
champ.
thing over and over again for 15 years, he's literally evolved
Talk
with
your
every
talk, king.
single album. I don't know if you're being sarcastic, but I'm standing on this.
Stand
right
on
now.
that shit.
I'm standing on it, Tyler.
10 toes.
Tyler is
Stand on the real nigga shit.
one of the big Tyler is one of the biggest artists in the world,
So
most
Tyler's
creative
become
artist.
successful enough that he's getting that kind of backlash.
That's
People
it, that's- yeah.
They're tired of him winning.
That's what I think. That's the only thing I could
Bro, he
think of.
don't win enough for people to get tired of him.
That's what I thought.
He don't
but
win
apparently
publicly.
He's still
He did win
underrated.
2
kinda.
Grammy rap albums.
Tyler is the most underrated, amazing nigga ever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Who
what you
deserves
mean?
more praise?
Like, he got, I mean, yeah, he has his
No, I
Grammy
love
shit
Tyler.
and like all of that, like, you know, Grammy and whatever, but like, nobody really appreciates Tyler.
No.
Let's be honest.
But Grammy,
Critically or in from a fan standpoint,
no,
nobody.
the Grammy Awards critically, you could say.
I'm talking about people don't look to Tyler as one of those creative minds like they look at Dot or like they look at.
But I think they're starting to, and that's what Jeremy's peeping at. They're starting to, and there's one side pushing that forward to finally give him that Kendrick type nod, and then you have another mob coming,
Yeah, they're
saying
like,
this guy's a phony.
Yeah,
Our future.
yeah.
They're taking him back to what he was and tearing it down and saying this is just hype.
yeah.
Everything Flower Boy posts.
I'm gonna be
was like
honest.
fight.
I think a lot of people don't get Tyler.
He's hard to get.
They don't get it.
Yeah.
And they're turned off by it, like I was, right? But then you got people who don't get it and just try to push against it because it's cool to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people just join in, I guess, on that.
It's a mob mentality. Like,
Yeah.
once you hear somebody say something critical about Tyler, it's cool to say something critical about Tyler. Just say you don't get it. Like,
So
me.
is he at his most polarizing point of his career at this point?
Yeah, and maybe we talked about Yeezus. Like, maybe this is his Yeezus moment
Ah.
where he's leaning into the polarization. Maybe he's gonna. The one thing I will say is he still has rap as a very big part of his craft. Whereas
Mhm.
I think in Igor he kind of went left, where it was like all melodic and there was some rapping and there's
Mhm.
Playboy Cardi. But here he still has bars in both of those snippets. So I
Mhm,
do
mhm.
like the fact that he's not straying fully away from Call Me If You Get Lost or his bars in this new project. It seems like
I'm definitely a huge fan of him. I'm worried. I want it to live
You're
up to
paranoid.
the same paranoid. I'm paranoid about this Tyler album, that it's going to be on the same high standard of Igor and Call Me If You Get Lost. But you know, I mean, he's always come through. So I'm gonna be up till 3 in the. See, I'm gonna stay up till 3 in the morning, or if
Yeah.
I'll probably take a nap maybe. But I'll get it. I need to hear it when it drops. So what y'all laughing
Can
at?
you really
Can't take a nap?
process the music?
I
at
don't give
3?
a damn, huh?
Can you really process? You gonna wake up and
Yes.
process the music at 3 in the morning?
Yes.
should we have a live listening party?
Fuck no. Y'all could do
So
that
you're saying
shit.
You'll be
you're
sleeping.
saying he's dropping too early too. He shouldn't have dropped 6 a.m. ET.
I
3 a.m.
don't
PC.
give a fuck who drop at 3. I'm not.
Okay, so what time should he drop? If he wants the feeling of
like
like,
he can drop whatever time he want to drop.
no,
I
I'm
wouldn't-
asking you.
I wouldn't stay up till 3 in the morning for a Dot drop.
Damn.
Is there anyone you would?
No. What
Yeah.
you mean? I got bro. I'm.
What
you
if
know
you-
what?
what
I
if
be
you-
tired. And another thing I want to address.
They say you yawn
That's
about
what I'm about
this
to go
show.
to. I have a blood disorder called like hypoxemia or some shit like that, where I have
Why
a
does he get
low.
serious and shit?
I have a low. My red blood cells are low oxygenated.
Okay,
Okay.
what is it called again?
It's hypoxia. It's a dangerous condition that occurs when the body or a region of the body doesn't have enough oxygen.
That's what I have. The doctor said I have acute, that it's like onset. I might have it. I don't know. They're running more tests, but that's
They're
why I be
pre-diagnosing.
yawning, because my blood doesn't oxygenate like these niggas. You know what I'm saying?
So you're not bored of us.
It's not boredom.
You're
It's just, nigga, I'm trying to oxygenate my body. I need oxygen. You know what I'm saying?
Just take a breath.
No,
right
but the idea is you would.
Elliott
the,
was
idea,
like, that's a lot of-
the idea is you would plan for this. You would maybe take a nap at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. or something like that. So you be prepared.
I need to get some oxygen, Elliott. I need oxygen. So I'm waiting until 9 a.m.
Well, the music nerd in me thinks I'm going to try at least to get up at 3 in the morning to hear when it drops. The music nerd in me wants to know.
Yeah.
And I feel even more invested again because I don't feel like I'm 100% on board. And that bothers me. So I'm paranoid. But hey, what do you
Well, the thing about the sales that I'm interested in, the only reason I don't love diving into it, but I'm interested to see how this affects A, his sales, and B, what people do after, whether they follow or not. Because we looked at his last sales, right? Like he's probably on pace normally based on like the great rollout and whatever it is to sell 200K, let's say, maybe 300K.
He's never had the big super first week, right?
But this, the way sales are counted, he's dropping on a Monday, so he's actually cannibalizing his sales to prove the point of when he wants to drop.
Oh, he's losing days.
He's losing days. So I would hope, this is what I would hope for Tyler, is that his second week sales are bigger than his first week sales, and it's still an astronomical number. Like if he gets 250K second week because it's so good and people went back to it and he made up for those days lost, I would love that.
So there's almost pressure on him to be number one twice. Number one first in the short week, and then number one the following week.
Or number two, and then number one, number three. What do you think from a business side?
I think we're not smart enough to figure out what he up to. Collectively, the brain trust up here is not smart. He probably has figured out how to manipulate the system in some way where it's going to work to his advantage to have a short first week.
Well, he does have vinyl. Vinyl's out there. Vinyl counts.
He
did
maybe has
produce
something like
vinyl.
Ho. Remember when Jay dropped the Samsung with the album? That and he sold 1 million, I think.
Tyler is not dumb.
No.
By no sense of the word. He's a smart, tactical, surgical person.
So when he performs with that mask on tour, is it going to have to cut something around his mouth so he could rap? Does that cover his mouth? I can't see how the mouth
Jeremy,
gets
tell
set
us.
up.
You expert
Pause.
at these things.
I guess he's going to wear that mask as he raps on the tour with the new album.
I thought you were going to give me the mask.
It was a mask.
I get you a blackface mask.
No, I don't want a blackface mask, but I was just taking you at your word. I thought you were getting the Tyler mask.
I'll get you one.
And you guys lamed out on Halloween.
Yeah,
See?
we did back out of Halloween this week.
DJ had made the call.
Yeah.
I just want to sell my merch.
That's why it was the shirt that you wanted. I didn't really think you were gonna wear my costume. I just wanted to present it with you.
You went for self and big business.
Well, no,
fair.
that's not what it is. I got a lot of shit going on. What's the name? What's the word again? What?
What's my ailment? What's my ailment
Hypoxia.
again,
Yeah,
doctor?
hypoxia got going on, and I got a lot of shit going on. Interviews been going crazy, so
Yeah.
I haven't had time to even
Oh,
think
okay,
about
got
Jeremy
that
Hed, about your costume or blackface or none of that shit you want to do.
Is it time to talk about his amazing interview? You saw how you slipped that in there?
Yeah, okay.
I'm just doing big interviews, man. I'm just, saying I got a lot of mouth.
he's
I'm not doing big interviews. I'm doing interviews.
they're
Shoot.
big.
They're big.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
Okay,
crazy.
so there's a lot to talk about with interviews. Do we want to go into Absol first?
You're the boss, Jeremy.
I'm the
Pause.
boss. Okay. What I do want to ask you is, now that you're in this space and you're doing these big interviews, right? And you're a credible voice.
I've interviewed Janet Jackson.
Damn.
Right?
Okay, you flossing on it.
You said I'm down and I'm in this space.
No. But I'm
I'm
saying,
fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
I know you have history. You have
I'm
a
fucking
rap
with
sheet.
you.
Where that Janet Jackson interview? What was that, kid?
Are you a journalist now?
No, I haven't earned it.
You just don't want to join us. This hip hop journalism is under fire. But so
I don't
you,
give a fuck
want
about
to
being-
claim it
this
with
is
us,
me.
man.
Do you see what's going on, Elliott Wilson? Do you care? Do you think I care about being under fire?
But you won't claim the hip hop journalism badge with us who've been out here.
It's not about the hip hop journalism. That's a fire ass thumbnail. Shout
Look
out
at
to Gina Views.
Look at that, so pointing at you.
No,
DJ Hed show.
Gina Views does our thumbnails.
Shout out to
Gina.
Gina.
She's
yeah.
talented beyond.
She's great.
Also, Gina Views bigged up, speaking of interviews, she bigged up a lot of talented artists that you've interviewed in the past month or so.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
effective
And I hit
review.
her back. I said, so niggas are still doing interviews out here, 2024.
Niggas are doing
Hip-hop.
interviews. What was I about? What did you ask me?
We were asking you about journalism, but we can go into Absol. Absol sat with you and Gina on Effective immediately and cleared up a lot of the things.
A lot of
that-
shit, huh?
A lot of shit with
this-
J. Cole.
Jeremy Hector's
things that
been
I was stirring up.
Stirring up.
In the tweet.
Clarity.
In the X streets. But
Jeremy's watching it like this.
I told Hed that I woke up in the morning excited to watch it. I was like,
He was refreshing his
yeah,
shit.
it wasn't out yet. I was like, oh, okay, 9 a.m. All right, okay. But watching it, it was great to see. And this is why we always talk about this. If an artist speaks about it, that's all you really need. Absol from his mouth to God, to us. We heard the truth, and then there's no need to speculate.
90
afterwards.
minutes, man. 90 minutes out here, man.
Yeah, it was a good conversation.
Carson conversation.
Good
Del Amo, to
conversation.
be exact.
And you know what's dope is Soul is, loosened up a lot more. We've had a lot of conversations, myself, him.
Oh, you've been critiquing his interviews before too? You ain't got no
Top.
slaps, your interviews don't go good?
No, we just, we're a very honest bunch. And so I was talking to him and Top, and he's opening up more. He's being more open to having dialogue with people. He's a more introverted person.
Yeah.
He's not really boisterous. So
But you felt it was one of his best
it's
interview
definitely one of his
performances?
best. Yeah, for sure. Because he was a lot more candid. He had a good time. He shed a tear. Like it was, ebbs and flows.
Made us wait. I was asking questions all episode last week, and he just kept plugging. Just wait for Tuesday.
So how did you
But-
feel? Were your questions answered?
I think most of my questions were answered. One thing that I thought was really interesting, though, that nobody really pointed out was when Gina asked about what did the group chat feel like, which was a great question, and you guys were talking about the J. Cole situation. He said he played Dot the verse, right? He said, I sent Kendrick pie. He said, put it out, right? He's like, and then Absol said, and we can get the exact quote, but he said something like, Dot said, this is just a friendly fade. We do this all the time. And then you guys were kind of like going into another topic, but it's funny that Absol was basically saying that Kendrick and Cole could have been just like, if Cole stayed in the battle, it could have been a friendly fade between them, which you've kind of said on this show since episode 1, that all of these things could have just been lunch table battle raps.
It could all be so simple.
It could all have been so
But
simple.
Drizzy had to make it hard?
Crazy.
It didn't have to be this way.
Yeah.
And you blame that all on the birthday boy. Drake is born 38
Happy
years ago
birthday.
today.
Happy birthday.
to the-
Yeah.
to
Happy
the
birthday
nigga.
to Drake, too.
We taped this on Thursday.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you, champ.
So sincere.
That was actually on his cake in Houston. Happy birthday to you, champ.
For real?
38. Yeah, no, I'm joking. It
Oh.
was not at all.
Well, no, happy birthday to him. But yeah, no, it could have been very simple. It didn't have to be what it was. I said that if you go back to the very first episode, it didn't have to go this way. The friendly was offered
It was. Which is why I hate when
on multiple occasions. The friendly was offered.
random acts of kindness.
So, now we're here. February 9th. It's going down.
What's going down?
Is that the Super Bowl
Performance
date?
of some song?
No, that's the date of the big
Super
game.
Bowl.
The big game. Yeah, you can't say the Super Bowl because we can't use their advertising.
No, that's
yeah.
why I'm trained in
Yeah,
this.
you
Jeremy Heck.
radio. You've done this.
I've done this before. You
Yeah.
knew here.
The big game.
He's like, the Super Bowl.
Come to our Super Bowl party.
Big as the
Watch
big
party.
game.
Yeah.
Big as the big game.
Big as
Yeah,
the
no,
what?
he did.
Big as the big game.
Absol said that. Soul did say that. He said a couple other things that people didn't. I'll just leave it to the.
No, please.
No, I'm saying I want people to like Jeremy
Decipher.
pointed that thing.
People aren't that smart. Give us one. What do you think people missed out on? Sim? Just Jeremy said, people missed out on that. What do you think people missed out on that didn't fully catch yet? Just give us one, please.
In reference to him and Cole's relationship, like Cole is the homie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when it comes to that song specifically, it was like, yo, bro, like, hey, you can't just throw Cole on the record and not shoot me the heads up, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And there's nuance to that conversation.
Well, that was the other thing that I thought was
you
funny.
you caught up on
Yeah, because him as one of the best rappers, right? One of the best lyricists. It's funny. We've talked about this on the show before where when you send for a feature, do you want them to kill and do they want to fit into the song? The song title being Pi, right? The 314, that was the time code he said it was initially. So it's him and Daylight just going back and forth. It was like a fun little I'll do some bars,
Sparring
you do some
session.
bars. Sparring session. But then Cole came in with 30 bars, going for the top, talking, not talking about anyone specific because they said this. He was just talking about, I want to be the best guy. I'm the number one out. I'm the GOAT. Fuck with my pen right now. And Absol's looking like, If you didn't tell, if we were doing that, I would have done that. I
Yeah.
would have put like, and Daylight said there's a version with 59 bars of each of them. And so he's basically saying, because you guys were joking about it, but he wants to spar, which is interesting. So I'm excited to see Ab-Soul kind of maybe talk that shit on this album, or next time he gets on a song with Cole, them actually compete for like who has a better verse right now.
Soul does have a song on the Soul Burger album where he's just obliterating
Everyone.
bars.
Which one is this?
I don't know if you heard this one.
It's not in the little link I got. It's
I
a
don't know
secret
if you
one.
got that
New
link.
bars? This is a.
He's just
DJ Hed always has a secret song. This guy.
it's just I played
That's
y'all
some West
shit.
Coast stuff, man.
But yeah, he's just it's one of those.
I'm excited for that.
I don't think it's a hook on it.
We don't need it.
Yeah.
We got that. We got all that.
Yeah, people are playing the slaps. Shouts out all the DJs supporting the slap. I told y'all.
All the comments on the YouTube video of the actual music video are DJ Hed wasn't lying. It's a slap. Like literally, like watch. If I go to like all that Ab-Soul on YouTube, I bet you like the top 5 comments. Okay, it's got 400K views. These are the top comments. Top comment number 1 with 500 likes. DJ Hed wasn't lying about Ab-Soul making a bop. Yep. They're all ready.
Slap.
So West Coast is out here. And Jason Martin.
I've been telling people. I talk in monotone. I just realized this in my personal life.
Talking monotone,
because
my
I talk
brother.
monotone, people don't believe me or take me serious. Like when I'm trying to if I'm saying like, yo, bro, like, tell me that Shinsia's here. People think I'm joking. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, I need to know if Shinsia is here, bro. Like, tell me.
Well, speaking of yesterday, so everyone always says this to me. Okay, everyone always says now after last week you let it fly that I actually shoot shots at you off camera.
Yes.
And so everyone was hitting me. And by everyone, I mean a few people on
Thank
Twitter.
you,
Okay,
thank
there you go. I'm to my people on Twitter that were hitting me, and they're like,
Everyone.
they're like, Jeremy, like you actually take shots at Hed. You need to like bring it to the podcast. You need to bring it on camera. He's flaming you out here. You're getting killed. We're cheering for you. Bring some heat to the podcast. So yesterday, I accidentally did something that I now have to bring to the podcast. And unfortunately, I didn't realize what I was doing. So we were at an event yesterday, a Spotify event.
Okay.
And his co-host, Gina
Views.
and Souse were there. His team were there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was making a joke to Gina to try to get Hed excited about something for a second. Pause. And so I turned to Gina and I go, Gina, did you tell him that Shinsia's here yet?
She wasn't there.
So
Oh, you was a bitch ass nigga.
So it started as a joke. I said, Gina,
Are you fucking serious?
hold up. Let me give
This
you
is
a
at the
backstory
Spotify
first.
event?
Yes.
Okay.
So I said, Gina, did you tell him that Shinsia was here yet? And she
that's
she
good.
looks at me and
That's
she
good.
goes, and she just immediately joined in. She said, no, I didn't tell him yet. And then he goes, where? And then at this point, like I was like, oh, I think I saw her in the back. You know me, I make jokes all the time like this. I was like, oh, I think I saw her in the back. But before I could even pull back on the joke, this guy,
You step to a champ?
Bro, it's what you mean? She
ran.
wasn't there? Are you fucking kidding?
ran. So then
Ran to what? A
ran to-
shadow?
he was going to shoot. He was pulling up from the parking lot. He didn't lie. So he runs.
Oh, that's diabolical.
He went in
That's-
sniper mode.
no, but here's the
No,
thing.
that's good.
No, wait, let us be first.
Here's the thing. So I didn't realize the joke was gonna go this far but then he's gone. He's already there. And then he comes back.
You looking at the perimeters?
He's looking
Scanners?
perimeters. And then Gina's already in on it. So now he comes back and he goes, what was she wearing? And Gina goes, she was in all black. I was talking to her.
Oh, Gina's
And so then Gina's in on it.
betrayal.
So now all these
Effective
people
immediately
are turned
betrayal.
accidentally. And then
And you and Gina hadn't planned this out.
no, this was just and then my
They
girl was
they
filming.
improv'd on you, champ.
My girl was filming because she saw what was happening. So we have a little clip I gave to Alex.
Oh my
This
God, we
is-
have footage too?
There's real footage.
you guys should not leave the house, man. You guys is...
I felt so bad because I didn't mean for it to go this far. I told Salas, I was like,
Yo, you're irritated. Yo, he's dead. Where's she at? irritated. It's so bad.
I'm lying, so this makes me extremely nervous. I also am completely nervous for him trying to get me back. Even though he's the one that started this on the show. I've never done anything.
That white sheet's coming next week.
I've never even attempted a prank for more than like 30 seconds. I just
y'all
can't
is-
lie. So I'm sweating. I'm physically sweating because I'm telling a lie right now. I hate this, but we've committed too far. I can't go back.
So I could barely sleep last night.
Oh my God.
that's good.
I've
Hey,
never
first of
kept
all-
a prank going that long.
Y'all are ridiculous. What's
Oh, that's
wrong with y'all?
That's good. I fuck with that.
Wow. Yo,
So
you
she wasn't there.
She wasn't, not to my knowledge. She
I
might
came
have
back
been.
and I'm like, nigga, what the fuck did
You
you
see
say that? I'm hot because I'm like, she was here this whole time and y'all just telling me? Why the fuck wouldn't you tell me that when you first saw her? You know what I'm saying? Now that I know she's not there, I feel better about the situation. But Jeremy Hecht.
Revenge.
Oh, no. You don't even understand what you have done. Like, let me just explain. Let me give some nuance, right? So that way,
It's nuance time.
it's nuance time. Let me explain some nuance so that people understand who I am. Because people, they don't know me. I just got here in April, whatever, right?
You just got made.
In high school, I played a very horrible prank on a woman, and I made it. Her family went to a certain, I won't say the school and shit, but her family went to a very prestigious university here in California. Her whole family.
Alumni.
And she applied to that university. In our senior year, I made it appear or doctored some things and made it appear that she got accepted to that university.
Wow.
And she did not. Her family started booking the trips, having a celebration party, booking flights. It was ugly. To this day, her family don't fuck with me.
How old were you?
I was 18. To this day, her family don't fuck with me. One of my best friends, shout out to B, I made it seem like he caught something from a woman. And then what I did is leave a message. And I didn't intend for this to happen, but his mother got the message and not him. So his mother kicked his door in at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they had a real nigga heart to heart. They were crying together, and he told his mom everything he had done with all the women he had done it with.
Because you a serial prankster? What the hell?
Oh no, you don't even understand. You don't understand the levels that I go.
I'm scared already. Those two, you happy with those two?
So I just want this documented.
You didn't know you were messing with a serial prankster.
No, that was really good.
Wait, so I get respect from as a
respect
prank
from
level?
a prankster.
Okay.
But just understand.
Killers don't kill us.
Just understand
What I started.
We're gonna have this
Oh, my
conversation
God.
again. Remember I told Tommy Richmond we're gonna revisit?
Yeah. We're going to revisit this.
I'm always telling a white person, we're gonna come back to this. So we're gonna revisit this conversation. Once I spin the block.
Jeremy, when did it click in your mind that you wanted to pull this prank? In
I-
real time?
No.
freestyled it.
It was a freak. This is the thing. The initial thing was just going
That
to
was
be a
good.
joke that I pulled back right
good.
away, but he got up so quickly to run.
I went to go find my queen.
I almost didn't have the heart because when he came back so excited that she was there and he was frantic, for me to like pull back at that point and be like, she's not here, I kind of just kept it going.
And what would you have said to her again, DJ Hed, if you walked up to her?
Oh, they asked me what I was gonna say to her. I don't have pickup lines. I'm a straight shooter.
Yeah, you
What
had
did
the
you
line
say
that
last
was good.
time, though?
What was the
said,
line?
I want to freak with you. I'm going to freak
Well, that's
with you.
yeah. See, this time he
Check
said
the box if you feel the same way.
he
No,
said
I said my name is DJ
Yeah.
Hed. I don't have no game. I think I like you. Let's go eat, and I want to figure it out in real time.
No, that's not what you said.
no. That's what he said yesterday.
Oh, that's
though.
what
He
you
was-
said.
that
Okay,
was
got you.
rolling through his head.
That's what the fuck
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. I think I fuck with you. I want to
Did
confirm.
you say
my
she's a
suspicions.
lovely woman, big fan of her music?
I'm not.
he did
I don't
say-
give a fuck about her
You
music.
did say you were gonna say you're a fan though.
Yeah, I said I'm a fan.
Yeah.
But
you
not
have
of your
nice
music.
eyes.
I like your music, but that's not my interest. I don't want to manage you. I don't want a backstage pass. I don't want to
You don't want a backstage
I don't want to
pass.
hear your album like early. I'm not there on no journalistic shit. I'm there to see what's up with you.
Not to be a killjoy, but I did send you some footage that she seemed like she was at the Lakers game.
Yeah.
First game of the season
In LA.
in LA.
That's why it made sense for the thing, because for her
Yeah.
to be there.
I
Oh, so
thought,
that
I
inspired it.
thought about
Yeah.
all that in real time. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, she's here.
Yeah.
It made sense. So
Yeah.
that's why I believed it.
But you know that Drake song.
But it
with
wouldn't be the first
you know
time
Drake
that a
song
black
with-
man's been lied to by a white person.
Wow, now we're going there.
We're in America.
But this is the thing. You do this
No, not
every
lied
week.
to. Not lied to. Tricked.
Yeah.
Tricked.
That's how we ended up face
You gonna get
down
some
in
freedom.
ships, Elliott Wilson.
You gonna get some freedom.
We ended up face down in ships, side by side.
But is this not? Did you not start? Like, is this not just returning fire? Is this not still a friendly fade because you?
Oh no, it's a friendly fade. You
drug-
my nigga.
Okay.
It's a friendly fade.
But what about-
But
I'm just
Salas-
I'm just better at this shit than most people.
Well-
I'm really good.
No,
at
you're a
this.
serial
I did
person.
ask Salas. I was like, hey, should I like tell him now? Because I'm getting really nervous and I don't want to start anything. And I know how good he is at this. And Salas is like, no, the consequences will be there, but you might as well commit. He said,
Wait,
you
can
might
we-
as well
Can
commit
we
at
play
this
that?
point.
Can we play that again one more time? The Jeremy, I didn't really tap into how shook Jeremy was in real time. He was scared after he did it.
I actually
He
hated.
looked like he was shaking.
I almost couldn't go to sleep. Like I was
roll
like,
it,
should I
roll it.
tell him now?
Roll it.
So, Head, have you retired your prankster days? Let's see. Look at Head. Look at everything. Blink 182. Look at Jeremy's hands. Look at his hands. Getting nervous.
Lying, so it makes me extremely nervous. I also am completely nervous for him trying to get me back, because even though he's the one that started this on the show, I've never done anything. They always say I always do it off camera. I've never even attempted a prank for more than like 30 seconds. I just can't lie. So I'm physically sweating because I'm telling a lie right now. I hate this.
White
but
men under
we
pressure.
committed too far. I can't go back. I can't go.
Oh, the resolve of your lady. Why did your lady decide to record you? She knew some hijinks was going down.
Yeah, but she got nervous after too. She's like, I think he saw. I think she's like, he's the type of guy. She's like, he's a Capricorn. He probably noticed and didn't say anything, and now he's
But
three
you didn't.
steps ahead. But
You
he
just
didn't
realized it
notice.
now. Just now.
Oh no, I realized she was filming, but I didn't realize I didn't realize they were lying. I was so mad at him for not telling me she was there earlier.
Yeah, actually, this actually makes it better. But now you didn't think that I fucked up enough that I didn't tell you immediately. Because if I did see her, I would have been like, Head, she's over
Nigga,
here.
if you see Shinsia, you tell me now.
Yeah.
You don't wait 45 minutes into the fucking party to tell me that you saw.
That's why I didn't think you would even believe. Like I thought you would like.
If you
assume that
see
I-
her, you tell me now.
But what if the young lady attended the Lakers game, and we know that Drake song with the skit in front of it? It's the opening season at NBA games.
If you see her at the basketball game,
She might be courting a certain gentleman on the team who invited her. Many people said.
Let me tell you something about me, Elliott Wilson. I don't care about competition.
Mm.
It doesn't bother me, doesn't rattle me. I'm not afraid of anything. I've told a woman that I loved that I loved.
Loved.
I told a woman that I loved, past tense, that she should date men. And I still had affinity for her at the time. I said, you should.
so you set her free
What
because you
type
love
of
her.
No,
affinity?
I didn't set her free.
What type of affinity?
What I'm saying
Were you
is,
still dealing with her?
No one's gonna believe me when I say this, but
Affinity
I'm
is
telling
nuts.
you that this is the truth.
Look up affinity. I don't even know what he meant by that.
Okay, let's look it up then. I use true to form definitions.
In that context. Because I'm sorry, were you still dealing with the young lady at the time? As
Read
you
the
loved
definition,
her?
Jeremy Heck.
A spontaneous or natural liking or sympathy for someone or something. He has an affinity for the music.
I use proper nomenclature when I'm discussing.
Okay,
things.
let's.
Oh, no. See, that's what was that shit you got over the absolute world? Like,
Yeah.
what
I
is
had to
that?
look that up.
Nomenclature?
Yeah. It's the devising or choosing of names for things, especially in a science or other discipline, the body or system of names
Just
in a particular
because-
field.
Just because you can't do a goddamn crossword puzzle, you out here being a wordsmith up in here. Like, what is the word?
Listen,
I'm
bro.
supposed to be about the words.
Let me tell you something about me. What I'm saying is, there's a woman who I had affinity for
Yes.
at the time, and I was like,
Affinity and love is different
don't
levels.
worry
no?
about that.
Okay, my
That's
bad.
the
All right.
details, minutia. So what I was telling her was, I want you to actively date men while you're seeing me. I actually posed this question to Jeremy Heck before when he was in the presence of his woman. I encourage you to actively see other men while you're seeing me, because it doesn't matter who you see. I'm better. You're not going to get the conversation. You're not going to get the life experience. It doesn't matter. It could be an athlete. It could be a rich nigga. It could be whoever. It could be whoever. It doesn't matter. I'm better.
Okay,
That's how I think.
I have two scenarios for you.
Let's do it.
You go into the venue, someone alerts you that Shansi is actually in the house.
Now,
in
if
the
she's
building.
involved,
No,
I'll fall
no.
back.
No, okay, you're stepping on one of them then. Okay, I was gonna say, if you go for looking for her in a club because you hear she's there and she's standing next to a gentleman from the Lakers, do you still approach her?
No,
Now,
I'm
okay.
respectful. I'm not disrespectful. But if you're single,
No. But second scenario,
Mhm.
you're in the venue here. She's alerted there. You go find her. You engage with her. You begin to have a little light conversation. All of a sudden, a very tall gentleman comes by.
How tall?
He plays for the Lakers. He's a
Okay.
tall gentleman. Whoosh, he come by do you take your leave or
If he's a Laker, I fall back. If
He's
he's
a
a
Knick?
Knick, no.
He's a civilian? You don't fall back?
If he's a New York Knick, then I don't.
Oh,
Then,
Nick.
if he's a Laker, I fall back. If he's a Knick, I just
Out of
keep-
respect for the team?
I'm a Laker.
Any other NBA player
Clipper?
would not get the respect.
What
If
about
the Clipper, I'll ask
think about
or what they got going on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What if it's just a civilian?
I mean, I'm respectful. If the energy appears that they're together, then I'll fall back. I'm not
Gotcha.
disrespectful.
Got you.
But if she's in the water, I'm fishing.
I respect it.
What's the bait?
The bait is my name is DJ Hed. I'm a fan. I don't want to hear your music like that. I want to go. Let's go eat. Give me 60 to 90 minutes. I want to see if I really fuck with you like that.
So, well, you also mentioned yesterday that you would do breakfast or lunch.
I don't do dinner.
My girl said that was a great move, but I didn't know about this.
Yeah, I
didn't know
do
about the
breakfast,
move.
brunch, or lunch. I don't do dinner. Dinner's too formal.
Hey, would you do one of those little pop-up balloon shows?
No.
Things?
I've actually there's a very popular TV show that approached me to do
It would be gold, I think.
to be involved with.
You'd
and I
be
was-
great on a
nah,
dating show.
I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to. I'm not looking for love. It's just certain people I have affinity for. I'm just like, hey, I fuck with this nigga. Let me see if I really fuck with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? West Coast.
When you
West
take
Coast.
that affinity into love, man, that's the sweet spot right there.
Wow. Well,
Did you have affinity and love for this Kendrick Lamar Harper's BAZAAR cover?
let's go. That was a good transition.
Because I didn't love that shit at all.
You tweeted that you said, I didn't like the song, I didn't like the interview. And that was the same day that Tyler
Well, Elliott
dropped.
Wilson is a journalist.
Yes.
I got notes in this. Don't
The-
mess with me. I'm
the
gonna put my phone
journalist.
out. I got some notes. in
Okay.
this.
Okay, go ahead.
You started
No,
off.
go ahead.
I want to
ahead.
see. No,
No, I'm a
let's see if we can
journalist.
go 7 days without a crash out.
No, I'm not gonna crash out there. I'm not gonna crash out.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
It would be quite bizarre if he didn't.
But I thought it was funny though. Like there's so many K-Dot stands and Drake stands on me. When I said this, I said, nah, I don't like the interview. I said, nah, I don't like the interview. Nah, I don't like the song. Because Monday morning, those were the big events.
Yeah,
this
Tyler.
Kendrick cover dropped, and then Tyler dropped his song. And I didn't like either one. So I said that when I said West Coast. Like Monday mornings, the West Coast was taking over. But then people were thinking I was talking about Watch the Party Die or something like, that's
Oh,
why
no,
I
I
said
didn't
you're a
think that.
rat. Because I said, like, I got to lay it all out and say, the Tyler, like, I thought that was very clear. This is the big story people are talking about. That's the big song people are talking about. But, this is just another example. Well, let me ask you first. Let me be fair. Why is Kendrick Lamar doing the cover of Harper's BAZAAR?
Why the fuck do I'm not his publicist. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think Kendrick Lamar is doing the cover of Harper's BAZAAR?
I mean, I was listening to Kendrick this morning where he said, done every magazine, what's fame to me. So I can't assume that he
That
was
was on Count Me
lying
Out.
there. On Count Me Out, my favorite song from that
Yes.
album. I can't assume that he was lying, and so I don't think this is for attention necessarily. It may have been partially for SZA, who has a movie coming out, and they talked about doing other things outside of music. So it's maybe partially for SZA.
He requested that SZA interview him for this. So
yeah,
then why can't we have Kendrick SZA on the cover together?
but I don't have a good enough answer for you. I don't know how he did this.
I think that hip hop artists, no matter how big they are, they like to get that validation. We're still the minority. People like the majority. They like the global world. They like the fashion icons. They like to wear the nice clothes.
The white
They like
world.
to put on the fucking Ralph Lauren leather trench coat and the fucking Bottega trousers and fucking the clothes. I mean, that's the thing. It's like so anybody know Harper's BAZAAR is like the oldest,
Fashion, right?
Yeah, oldest, the standard of American women fashion magazines. It started in the goddamn 1800s. Like this has been going on for a long time. They've only put, according to what they said, 5 men on the cover by themselves. The 4 before Kendrick Lamar were all white men. I think Tom Cruise was one of them. So not only is Kendrick Lamar the first black male by himself to be on the cover, because they'll put like Weekend with some girls, or they'll put Kanye and Kim on that type of shit. So black man, hip hop artist by himself, cover of a woman magazine, hasn't been done. I saw people saying, well, promo for the Super Bowl. I don't buy that either. I just think that, you've seen Kendrick do the fashion show thing, like the one in Paris I loved he did with Mr. Morale. Like, he likes clothes. Him and Dave Free like clothes. They like to look nice. They like to be stylish. These are great relationships. This is why you do these things. You build that way. But yeah, then it's like you set these things up in this interview celebrity on culture thing that happens now, which started with Andy Warhol interview magazine of celebrities talking to celebrities. So you pick the person you want to talk to. He picks SZA. They have this conversation, and the conversation's fine. But then it has to get to the point where it's like, okay, we all want to know something about the conflict with Drake. Some question has to be asked in that area, right? And their exchange does happen. Let me pull my phone out.
Do you want to read the
exchange.
quote?
I got the exchange for you.
Okay.
Oh, man. It's a tough day for hip-hop journalism, man.
Elliott took notes. He's serious about this.
You know what? While you pull it up, I have a theory about this question.
Go into question.
So I think...
I have a theory too.
Okay. I think Kendrick thought that SZA was asking about Mr. Morale and not asking about Not Like Us, because his answer describes Mr. Morale way better than it describes the song Not Like Us.
Yes.
So if you would like to read what Kendrick
Let me
said.
first set this. This is what they also do for these. This is why I get irritated too. When you like look, so when it's hip hop magazines back in the day, you fight for everything you get. Like, can you do my cover? Can you put on 2 or 3 different outfits, which are called looks, right? Like this fashion thing, they give you multiple looks. So it's like a nigga gonna change again and put another thing on. And it's gonna be 8 to 10 looks, whether you give a hip hop magazine 2 to 3 looks. So you do more things. So not only do you do that, you set up the fancy hotel. So this is set up, let me set the glamour where we're down. This is a late August night. This is at a hotel in Santa Monica that they booked. This is the 90-minute conversation between SZA and Kendrick Lamar. So what they do is they hire a journalist. In this case, the young lady's name is Caitlin Greenidge. I saw that she's like an award-winning fiction writer, heralded journalist, bless her. So she moderates the conversation, because let's say the celebrity's not a good interviewer. By all accounts, SZA came in ready to go, asking good questions, so she kind of had to play it back. So you're basically in a room, it's Kendrick, SZA, and this writer, 90 minutes having this conversation. They described the scenes that the lights were low, so I'm assuming there's no video. Lamar speaking in hushed tones, and SZA and the writer leaning in closer to catch his words. SZA speaking in bubbling bursts that make Kendrick laugh. So then finally...
I'm imagining him reading this.
Elliott Wilson.
I would love to have seen your reaction live reading this.
SZA goes, can I ask you a hyper-masculine question? You can also tell me to shut the fuck up. What does Not Like Us mean to you? Kendrick starts laughing. Not like us. Not like us is the energy of who I am, the type of man I represent. Now, if you identify with the man that I represent, here comes SZA. Break that man down for me. Go, girl. Get a journalism on. I like that. This man has morals. He has values. He believes in something. He stands on something. He's not pandering. He's a man who can recognize his mistakes and not be afraid to share the mistakes, and can dig deep down into fear-based ideologies or experiences to be able to express them without feeling like he's less of a man. If I'm thinking of Not Like Us, I'm thinking of me and whoever identifies with that. Now, your interpretation, you guys said, is what of that?
He was just talking about Mr. Morale.
Or even Euphoria, right? To
Or
me,
Euphoria.
Like, yeah.
None of that describes Not Like Us to me. I get it. There's some moral high ground of stepping on, things that don't fit with a certain viewpoint. But that to me is not the essence of not. And now who am I to tell somebody what their song means? But that's not what people wanted to hear, I guess, is
When I wanted to hear this, does it accurately represent
the song?
The song. Your thoughts, DJ Hed?
I agree with Wayno.
Okay.
Wayno said something to the effect that niggas don't like this interview because niggas don't like to read.
Same way the crossword puzzle.
You don't like the way I read this to you?
Kendrick interview bothered niggas because they don't like to read. Shout out to my brother Wayno.
Shout out to Wayno. I
Exactly.
love Wayno.
Plus, niggas don't like the West Coast. I'm fine with it.
But there's other reasons. There's reason to
What
want.
do you make of Kendrick's answer to SZA's question about Not Like Us?
It's on brand.
On whose brand? Kendrick's brand?
Yeah, it's on brand for him.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you the real shit.
No. It ain't about not giving her the real shit. I had a similar talk with him about that.
About the song?
No, not about the song, but our sentiments are similar in where it wasn't more specific about the song or this interview. It was more just about discourse and the importance of it. And having conversations, even if you don't like what the conversation may entail. And so him having a conversation about that and answering her question the way he answered it, it's probably like that. It's probably like, I'll have the conversation even being reluctant to do so.
Well, he didn't mention Drake, right? He did stay away from it. And some people were critical of that. Some people were praising that in the fact that he didn't bring that into this conversation. He talked about the meaning behind the song, not necessarily the meaning behind the conflict or why.
Here's the cap on it. Here's the cap. He could have easily answered it and been truthful and not mention Drake. Not Like Us, when I hear the song, is about the ending of a battle that got ugly and nasty between two men. And what I did with this song was flip the script and turn it into an empowering anthem of unification of my city and my state, my country, the West Coast.
That's the answer you wanted?
And got gang members together. And I epitomized that with my pop-out show. And I brought them all together physically and showed you that, which is why I did the song multiple times and brought them together. I unified people. Me and Nipsey spoke about this for years. How do we unify gang members? How do we do it? I turned this battle song into They Not Like Us. The West Coast is putting it up. It's our time. Like I turned it to unification. I turned a conflict into unification.
That's what you wanted?
That's the truth.
We should AI
That's
Kendrick's
the truth.
voice. And then we'll like circulate
That is the truth. That's why he won. That's the brilliance of it. It's empowering. He turned it into the people. It's like, yeah, like you said, that you can't judge us. We're really of the culture. We're that person. The colonizer thing hits that way. It's like you love what we do. You love this thing, but you're not of that blood. I
agree with that too.
And he unified. We saw the power of that. You literally have a show that showed that. So that's what the Not Like Us record is about. It's about it's the end of the battle. It's a knockout punch to the battle. But more importantly, it flips the script and empowers California,
what did he say? Put
the
it
West
back up,
Coast,
please.
the communities.
He said
He gave the Mr. Morale euphoria answer, but that's not what Not Like Us is about.
This man has morals. He has values. He believes in something. He stands on something. He's not pandering. I think that's
No. At the end, he says, I'm not thinking of me, and I'm thinking of me and whoever identifies with that. That's not what he's doing with that to me. It's not whoever identifies with that. Toronto people can't identify with that. We see the pride in the West Coast with that record when it came out and what that did.
Yeah, but the world embraced the record.
Well, that's what
it was number one in Canada.
If Hove does Empire State of Mind, it's about New York. People still feel empowered and connect to it some way, but there's nothing like being from New York and connecting to that.
I agree
way.
with you, but
And
it's
that's
still
the difference.
empowering globally because it was still number one in Toronto.
But why not point out the power of the song and how it caused unification? You literally were part of that historic night.
I mean, I think he's saying it in his own way.
I agree. But that's not enough. It's not enough for me.
It's not direct.
It's not enough for me. It's bullshit. It's hanging on to the Mr. Morale thing. And we're not asking about your character. We're asking specifically about that song. And I think he's answering it in a way that I don't want to talk about the battle. But there's a way to show that record's power is that it's not just the end of the battle. It's more than that.
Oh, there you go.
Go ahead.
No, you sound like you had something more interesting.
Just stay on stream.
Well, but that's what I was just gonna ask you guys. If this is one thing, and maybe he's like, this is not. Nobody wants to hear about
Jeremy too.
Okay. But I'm saying, like, if nobody wants to hear about the battle in a Harper BAZAAR magazine interview with SZA, maybe this is him being like, I'll give you this magazine type answer, but maybe there is an interview coming, or maybe there is a different place where because he has to talk about it at some point.
Yeah.
So maybe this isn't.
One last thing, I think
for
it speaks to his character, right? That's the whole point. He's trying to break down and make sure he's clear on, right? So let me find the other part. She's like, SZA goes, so after he says that, SZA follows up with, now, can I say something else in that realm? Or you want me to get away from that? Can I ask you something else?
Is it mean?
Kendrick Lamar goes, is it mean? DJ Hed, Kendrick Lamar said, is it mean?
I think that's
To
where he was
SZA.
probably like, is it going to be talking about somebody?
Yeah. Like,
Right?
don't
Yeah.
make me mention Drake,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so then SZA goes, no. It's more so like, I thought it was really interesting that there was any consensus at all that you might be an angry individual. For me, I don't find that energy that comes from you comes from an angry place. And actually the last hour and change pretty much solidifies that it's almost from a yogic, monk-like?
Yogic,
Wild,
yeah.
yogic?
Like a yoga.
Like a yoga? Yogi,
Yeah.
monk-like place. So when you feel a surge of energy in records like that, where is that root? Is it anger? K-Dot says, I don't believe I'm an angry person, but I do believe in love and war, and I believe both need to exist. And my awareness of that allows me to react to things but not identify with them as who I am. Just allowing them to exist and allowing them to flow through me, that's what I believe. See, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
But again, when Kendrick shows his angry side, it's very potent and hits hard. That's why you're scared of Meet the Grams. And there's moments of Watch the Party Die where it's like he goes there in a way darker, sinister way than Drake was. And I think that's part of why he won the battle.
And I think it's fair. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with admitting that, yes, this may have been about something bigger and this might have represented something to him, to a coast, to a culture. But it also was a battle between two individuals that, for whatever reason, didn't like each other. Like, I think that it's okay to have both of those duality in a conversation. And I think we do need to hear from all sides of this party at some point. It doesn't need to be right now. I don't think there's a rush. And, you know, Kendrick, if you look at his rollout, it's like, damn, he did a lot of press for. To Pimp a Butterfly, he had that great Rob Markman interview. But besides that, we don't really think of Kendrick interviews, in my opinion, that much, right? Like, I think that Drake, you think of his interviews. J. Cole, you've thought of his interviews.
Because Kendrick ain't sat down with the God, you know what I mean?
That's not since Crown.
I mean, he did this. Rob Markman interview was good. He did a good one with Zane Lowe, I thought. But yeah, he's not done the big, people viewed as the big interview per se. Yes, DJ Hed. Final thoughts?
Are we gonna wrap this up now?
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
No, I have nothing else to offer to this. I was gonna let you see something though. But you can't.
There we go.
I can't. This is I can't say anything.
When Jeremy gets to see DJ Hed's phone. Secret message.
You can't say anything.
We need music for this when this happens. What's on
Read my shirt?
All right. All I'll say is stay on stream.
I hate y'all, man. Seriously, I pour my heart out. I try to give good analysis and insight into things, and you just play a little insider baseball.
I'll show you later.
Let me text Cardi right now.
Wait, we can bleep this if it
no.
If
don't
it gives,
do it.
like,
Don't do it. He's gonna call you.
Okay.
Time will reveal.
Okay. One more thing I do want to say about that interview, though.
Jeremy's so he's so fucked up right
now. See, this is why I didn't want to even get into a prank with you, because now I won't even know what's real. I'm like, did he make that up? Okay, but what I will say is him talking about God was interesting to me. I always have been intrigued by Kendrick's battle with faith over time through albums. I think every album he's mentioned God in some way or another, whether it be like the baptism at the end of Good Kid, Mad City, or, you know, his faith even ending with God on Damn, and Mr. Morale had a lot of God talk and faith talk. But it's interesting. He literally says, like, I literally talk to God, like, to a point where I'll be starting to think I'm going crazy, but then he has to remind me, no, this is really me. My early morning practice is that I have to run. When I start running, that's where I started to understand there's this threshold of pain in this spirituality for me. So I thought it was really interesting that the biggest rapper in the world is a faith-based artist to some degree. And I think that, you know, him shouting out Lecrae and D1, and I'm really interested to see what his music,
a gospel album.
I don't like maybe not full gospel, but like, are we gonna see a lot more of that faith? Because it's been in every album, but maybe it'll be a lot more to the forefront on the new album. So I'm excited to see that.
Shout out to Miles Minnick.
Shout out to Miles Minnick. Yeah. So okay, what should?
Don't point at me, Jeremy. This Vanity Fair's in stores right now, man. Hey, it's a tough time for hip-hop journalism.
You literally see Elliott trying not to crash out.
Sorry. Okay. My question may be worse than the point. But what
hip-hop journalism is in danger
what's
right
going
now.
on with hip-hop journalism?
Not doing interviews with the fashion niggas. Jeremy get to see Hed's phone. I'm about to lose my shit. Okay.
And also, what is this all save hip hop journalism shit going on? Like, where was the save hip hop journalism hotline number when fucking Nicki Minaj, the Barbs, and the Kai Fanatics was kicking my fucking back end? Where was y'all then? Now everybody wants save hip hop journalism. Where the fuck were y'all at last year?
What?
Now y'all want to be in the fight. Oh, save Punch made us mad. Save him up. What was y'all for me? What's my lifeline in December?
I'm not.
I got the Barbs in my ass and the Kai Fanatics.
I don't want no smoke with nobody. I come in peace for everybody. The Fanatics or whatever the fuck you said. the bar,
Yeah, it's actually because his name
the
is.
streamers,
I looked up.
all them niggas.
They
I
call him
fuck with all them
Sanat,
niggas.
but it's really Sanat. So he's Kai Sanat, right? He's
Okay,
not
well, Kai Sanat, I fuck
He
with
goes-
him.
yeah.
I fuck with all of the streamers.
He has
Are they
Sanatics.
called the Synatics?
I'm just made
It's
it
a
up.
great
Oh, you made
Yeah,
that
that's
up?
dope.
Great name.
All right,
The
well,
Barbs and the Sanatics tore me down
I
last
fuck with
year.
all of y'all niggas. I fuck with the malls and the whatever they call the Akademiks, the Synatics,
Academics.
No, they're called the Chat.
the chat. I fuck with
N-words.
the bots. I
Yo,
fuck with all you niggas.
You're at war with Big Ak. Big Ak has.
I'm not at war with anyone.
He's into. What happened, man?
Did this all stem from the Drake Kendrick battle? Like, are you guys
What
basically just
stem?
because
The Drake Kendrick battle is over,
I'm aware.
but the Akademiks DJ Hed battle is alive and well.
There's no battle.
it's a media civil
Salute
war?
that king.
Oh God.
He said not to say
He
salute
said don't
King.
salute him.
Oh, he
said,
don't wanna-
yeah,
he
no,
don't
you don't
want
want to be
He
saluted.
says that he's, to me, lastly, he's justified, and CT is a scholar of all things academics. We have to consult with him. He didn't like that you seen when he had an issue with being taken off Twitch or whatever, that you seem to like revel
Oh
in
yeah,
that
something. The homie
and had a
Chris,
little fun with that.
the homie Chris told me that. He said that because he watches all his shit too. He said that he felt like you was celebrating his deplatform. I would never celebrate anybody's being deplatformed. I was trying to be motivational, like, fight, y'all allowed
Like, keep going.
yeah,
It
like
was
keep going, like
you
fight the
got this?
power, stay on stream. I'm a fan.
But he couldn't say on stream because the stream was broken. So how could he have?
Stay on by any means necessary.
So
King.
your message was one of encouragement, and it got
Empowerment.
missed.
It was like go on Rumble.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be like, yeah, fuck him. Like I would just say fuck you. I don't
Okay,
have no problems.
Why feel the need to say anything, knowing that you guys have sort of a muddy little history there? Why
How is that a muddy history?
why speak? Because you've had conflict. I got you guys on the phone. I got him on the stream doing the thing. I thought,
Yeah, that's
I
what
thought I
was-
solved it. I thought I
went on
found
his
the whole
stream.
thing.
He has my number. What are you talking about? Like, I don't have a.
But
like,
it went left again. But my point is, if you know him and you have a sensitive by nature situation, why would you even jump into conversation about his Twitch situation? It has nothing
I
to do
was
with you.
trying to be encouraging and use my platform to bring awareness to the injustices of the streamers.
And that's no cap.
What you mean?
That was your true intention
My
behind that
intention
tweet.
is for people to stay on stream.
Okay. That's why
This message
merch
is clear.
available now.
Yeah.
Down to
Go
a
to-
shirt.
yeah.
Message is
Go
clear.
to culturemerch.shop and get your stay on stream merch right now. It's available.
So when Punch did the hip hop journalism tweet, I guess we're gonna pull that up soon, right?
Yeah.
This
this is the stay on stream.
Look at this. Come on, man.
And then Ak responded on stream
Oh,
when he was
Lord.
back on stream, and he made some disparaging comments towards DJ Hed.
How
we
is
don't-
Drake and Kendrick not beefing anymore? And Academics and DJ Hed are still going
I'm not
at it.
beefing with anyone. What did he say? What happened?
do we have audio here? I don't know how much of this we want to play, but
All of it. All of it.
from what did you say? From the desk of Big Ak?
From the desk of Big Ak.
I'm having such a good time with this. And by the way, DJ Hed, don't get on Twitter playing no victim, nigga. No salute king, no none of that, nigga.
You didn't want to
Get your
salute
numbers up, nigga. I don't fuck with you. I don't take no sneak this. By the way, I wasn't gonna mention your ass before, but I'm gonna tell you, I like to not do subliminal hater shit. That's how Kendrick got down with Drake. I just like to keep it 100 and keep it direct. Bitch ass nigga, I don't fuck with you.
Got him
You
hyping his
trying to
gamer
be
chair.
slick, trying to celebrate me getting what you thought was deplatformed. That mean me and you not the same. You ain't like us. In the sense of,
See what
I'm
he
an
did there?
internet creator. I like to compete. I don't like when people get deleted off a platform. I don't be sitting here, even Rory and Millie Moore, they trash. But you think I'd be like, yo, delete them. Get them banned. So when I seen you comment about a story thinking I was banned, I said, all right, pussy, it's up. Let's go. Because none of you media niggas can fuck with me. None of y'all.
Big Ak.
So now I get to just clown y'all on the biggest platform all day and night. And then day and night. A little bit more day. And a little bit more night. And a little bit more day. And a little bit
Look
more
at
night.
CTs. Love it.
and a
Look at
little bit-
CT.
Nigga used to be the TMZ nigga getting hoed. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Don't hit me with those.
Ah. Do I have to get
Hey.
you guys on the phone again,
No,
man?
salute that king.
Do I have
Oh,
to
he
get
said
you guys
don't
on the
say
phone
that. I
again?
apologize.
That's-
Props to you,
Sir,
sir.
I just want to let you know, for DJ Hed, for Elliott Wilson, I'll inherit the beef if we ever need
There
to.
is no beef.
If
White
we
boy
ever
wanna
need
I'm
crash
to.
out.
encouraging people to
White boy want to
I
crash
want to
out.
encourage the world. Listen, chat, because I know we do the live premieres. Stay on stream. Go to
That's it.
culturemerch.shop. Get your stay on stream. Encourage everybody to stay on stream. Culturemerch.shop is available right now.
It is funny how this has become much like the Drake and Kendrick thing has spilled out to all levels. There's like two sides to the media. There's two sides to the fan bases on Twitter. There's
I block psychotic Drake stands and
There's
K-Dot
a
stands
lot.
every day.
There's a lot.
I
Like
block
people
at
have
least
no
20
nuance.
every day. 20 get blocked. Matumbo, rest in peace. I block fools.
Do you
20,
ever laugh
bang,
before
bang,
you block? Like, is there
I
something
do
where
everything.
you
I
chuckle?
follow them back. Record anything I could do to harass them and just really fuck
I do
up their
appreciate
day.
everyone sending people to the platform. To make sure you go to effectiveimmediately.live, join the group chat, subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Shout out to the chat.
They can subscribe to the bigger picture too, though,
Appreciate
right?
the visibility for everything. Gratitude is always my attitude.
That's how you wake up with gratitude?
I wake up in gratitude. I go to sleep in gratitude. I thank God for it all.
Circadian
No,
rhythm.
wait. He has another one recently. What's the pull up? What's the longer one you just tweeted the other day? I don't know if we have the screen grab of it, but I need some
longer?
clarity on that one.
What?
You broke it down even more about this.
Oh, yeah, you
this
did. You
almost
did send-
zen-like turn you have.
Yeah,
right here. I don't know
okay.
what's going on here?
DJ Hed's. Oh, here we go.
I am Zen.
Ever wonder why people who appear to have, quote, everything are so unhappy? Most feel that it's because of immense sacrifices made along the way, and loneliness turns to bitterness. I disagree. I believe it is a lack of purpose. Purpose puts life into perspective. You can have the money, assets, and or motion, and be completely empty. Why do you do what you do? Who do you do it for? What is the end game? Not being able to answer these questions with fruitful sustenance will have you crashing out and lead to your ultimate demise. Be well, black fist emoji.
Be well.
What inspired that, DJ Hed?
Beautiful.
I was being observant of, with the state of things. I was just looking at the culture. It's kind of like Watch the Party Die, where it's just an observation of culture. And I'm just like, I wish everyone well. Gratitude is the attitude. And I want everyone to really find their purpose. You know what I'm saying? The way I have. And I think that it's important. Not important. I think it's imperative. I think purpose is just as important as oxygen, as food, as shelter, as water. I think purpose is needed, which is why you have so many misguided entities in the world.
You think popularity's taking the place of purpose? Like people more so just want to get numbers?
Attention has.
That's popularity.
Well, it is, but you don't have to be popular to have attention. I think people will take attention any way they can get it. It's kind of like people who love steak. They just love steak. They don't give a fuck if it's well done, if it's cooked on charred.
No, they do. People who love steak are really...
No, I'm talking about people who just eat steak.
Oh, yeah. If they don't like...
They don't have a real affinity for it. They just eating steak because they like the steak. They don't give a fuck if it's cooked too much. It's too much. It's well done. You know what I'm saying? You eat meat medium. So I think that's part of the problem. I think purpose is extremely important, and I think there's a lot of misguided souls who don't have purpose. And I was just making a cultural observation.
What is your purpose?
I would share that with you next episode because I don't think we have time for that. Today.
All right.
It will actually be Halloween, so it'll be a very special.
Yeah.
My purpose is deep. My spiritual advisor has been working with me for the last 4 years on it.
Okay.
How many years?
Last 4 years, I've been working on my purpose.
Okay.
That's why I encourage people to do the work on themselves. Find it, kings and queens.
Does that help you when negative comments is directed your way to deal with them?
I'm from the hood. Negative. Like I've literally been pulled out the car, sat on the curb, illegally stopping, search and seizure, stop and frisk. Like comments don't bother me at all on no level. I'm actually astounded at when little subtle comments trigger people in a way. It's like, oh, you haven't had enough adversity in your life. I encourage like that. I don't believe in for instance, like what you like that, like for instance, you just brought that up, right? As far as the stay on stream thing. I didn't even if that wasn't my intention, it's 3 words. That shouldn't trigger that kind of response for someone if you've really been through something in your life. I've been through real shit in my life, so things like that don't bother me, if that makes sense. That's why I also don't believe in participation trophies for kids. You know what I'm saying?
Because it doesn't build anything.
It doesn't build character. Like you lost. It's okay to take an L.
Oh, you're not award worthy.
That's why you hate round 2.
If you didn't come in first, second, or third, you didn't get a gold, silver, or bronze trophy. It's okay. Let's try again harder. But when people don't have enough disappointment coming up, they become adults, and when they get disappointed, they crash out and do crazy things. I don't subscribe to that narrative because I've been through real shit in my life, so none of this shit bothers me.
Can you save hip hop journalism?
No, I'm not a hip hop.
Yeah,
I don't claim to be the best hip hop journalist. You gave that crown up.
I didn't give it up.
Yes, you did. You bowed down. You kissed the ring.
I didn't kiss no ring.
Yes, you did.
You-
I acknowledging what's going on.
You did
I'm-
claim number one to somebody else, though.
Yeah.
I didn't
on
claim it. The
episode 2.
people have claimed it. The people have anointed it. He's put the work
No,
in.
you said
You
it.
did say it.
Because I see the work and I see the impact he's had.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I'm just saying,
Yes.
you said you're the GOAT and you
But
united.
that's the same mentality of you. It's like I believe that when a team's happening, one guy gets the MVP. It's everybody doesn't get a trophy. So if I see this person's achieving, I'm going to acknowledge it. Would I love to have the MVP? I'm going for it next time to get it. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to not agree with what's going on. I got to see what's going on and be truthful about it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Salute to everybody. Stay on stream.
How am I cool with Akademiks and DJ Hed? I don't even understand how I'm doing this, but it's tough.
We
It's tough for me.
were
You don't have
actually
to pick one or the other.
we were actually going through CT's
I did
working.
pick one. I work with you. My interest is more in you.
Yeah, but
My interest is in you, my brother.
I appreciate you, King. I appreciate you, King. But yeah,
I don't want to frequent with you.
I don't have
bro.
no problems with
I don't
nobody.
wanna-
I don't want no smoke.
Great content.
Everything is kumbaya. We all good.
Yeah. CT's working on a graph. We're doing a hip hop media beef friendship back and forth chart. This is what we're at
Oh my
so
God.
far.
Oh my god!
But we're working
my
on working on an
God. What is
actual
this?
one. This is what CT
What y'all be
made.
doing? Y'all just got extra resources around. this
yeah,
place?
no,
y'all got a
just
budget. When did the budget
Media
come in?
civil war. But see, I
this is
actually broke it
ridiculous.
down way. It goes way deeper than this because
And
there's
why you got
cross
me
references.
on- Am I
Because
I'm team Iron Man or team Cap?
whichever team you'd want to be.
I was team Iron. Oh yeah, I'm Tony. That's the red side. Yeah, I'm Tony Stark
Wait, who's
for
next
sure.
to you, Jeremy? At the bottom, who's that?
I was beefing with Punch, but we pieced it up yesterday.
And who
But
was
who's
that
next to
beefing
you?
with Tommy
Jer-
Richmond?
Oh, that's
Oh,
Daylight.
that's Daylight. He's just on our
Oh.
team. He's just team. He's just our side.
So wait, it's DJ Hed, Elliott Wilson, Jeremy Heck, and
Why am I at
Daylight.
the top?
Because you're our fearless leader, and you're a Marvel.
What?
You're our Marvel fan. so
Elliott
you're-
Wilson is the GOAT.
Yeah, but he's not leading the battle against.
So you're saying that DJ Hed and Akademiks is bigger than Elliott Wilson and Charlamagne the God? That's what you're
No.
saying?
What I'm saying is those two are more connected to Drake and Kendrick right now, and so as in you and Ak are basically the
I'm not beefing with Akademiks.
well, not beef, but just
Oh,
the,
you beef with
the
Akademiks.
cultural
You
battle.
don't know it. You don't want to admit it.
No, I'm
beef
not
with him.
beefing with that man.
But then this goes so much deeper because there's all these like you and Charlamagne are friends, like all of these like side,
Yo,
like
Tommy Richard against Daylight is worlds to collide here. I don't want Daylight to write
that's not what
78
we-
bars
yeah,
about
yeah,
this.
we don't
If
need
y'all
that
got
battle.
excess budget around here, I should have been notified.
Yo, we never know a lot of this going on with this show. It's
Bro,
crazy.
it's
I
a
don't know what's on
production
your
chat.
phone. I don't know what's going on with you guys pulling pranks in the clubs. I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. Oh,
One
Lord.
thing though that I know is I respect hip hop journalism
Oh.
and feel it's
See, when Punch
needed
went in,
in
though,
its
my theory,
truest form.
my theory was one thing. When Punch went in about that, is these two things I felt triggered that. He got a lot of heat because Kendrick was saying, why is Kendrick not talking about the real
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
by doing this Vanity Fair thing? Not me. I wasn't saying it, but a lot of people were. The crazy, bloodthirsty Kendrick Drake fans that wanted to hear him say something about the battle was kicking Kendrick's back in for doing this softball interview. So I thought maybe Kendrick's Punch's response was to that. But then I also thought that Punch was irritated by Jeremy Heck
You thought I
because
sparked this
he
tweet?
instigated shit with speculation and forced him to go on the record, which he probably didn't want to do at that time and speak on things. So, but it's interesting.
But we did speak
I didn't
about
like
it.
this comment at all.
So me and
honestly.
Punch did. We
pieced it up?
We pieced it up. We
Uh,
spoke in person, and he said it was nothing but respect, and I had nothing but respect for him
But
and,
why
and what they do.
why when people say hip hop journalism, I think of myself and I get offended.
Well, because you no, this is the thing. It's not
I
just
am
you.
hip hop journalism.
You are hip hop journalism, and people refer to you when they like. If you listen to any podcast where they,
My name's gonna come up.
your name is first on hip hop journalism. So, it's fair.
So should I think Punch is dissing me here?
Wait, let's read the tweet first. Okay. I respect hip hop journalism and feel it's needed in its truest form. It helps keep the culture alive. But it's only a few real ones left. Most of you guys are trash, just my opinion. That's why artists don't want to talk to you. And then he said, it's all hip hop. Let's fix it so it continues to flourish. And then someone said, knowing the difference between a journalist and a blogger, just like y'all would expect us to know the difference between a lyricist and a performer, but outside of that, minding the business that pays me. And he quote tweeted and said, I never mentioned bloggers. I said, this is capital on each first letter, hip hop journalism. What did you like? What do you take
It's
from
a
this?
puzzle. It's ridiculous. This doesn't make any sense.
This ain't any more or less confusing than that goddamn flog now.
Yo, so here's it. There's journalists. Journalists traditionally are still people, and they still exist. Writers,
Yes.
they're not faces. You don't know what they look like. They're journalists. They write still for Rolling Stone, all these places. They're journalists. Elliott was a journalist. He became more of a media personality. People know what I look like. You're a media personality. That's another chapter.
Yeah, what's the difference?
Then we have people. More so, you give your like even now I'm on camera and give my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not just my written word anymore. There's still written word journalists that only write. They don't on camera. They don't do on camera interviews.
Cover news.
They
too.
cover news. They write stories. They do
Editorials.
some interviews. They're journalists, traditional journalists. So he's attacking them, I guess. I don't know. But so then they have that. Then you have people that became media personalities, which is what I've become more so because I get on camera now. After a 20-year career, I get on camera. I do interviews, and now I have a show where I give my opinion, and I'm giving hot takes and all that type of stuff. So, and a lot of radio people are considered, the best radio people are considered media personalities.
Yeah.
That's Charlamagne the Guy, right? That's DJ Hed now, in some capacity, right? So then you have the bloggers, which were not decorated journalists, but were documenting the culture in that way. Again, more faceless, but started to somewhat get known because of their relationship with artists. Like we all know who, if we're inside hip hop, we know who the low keys are and people like that. And then we have the new version of the streamers, which Akademiks started in our culture, but then now we have outsiders like Aiden Ross and Kai Cenat that's like aren't hip hop per se, but are part of our culture and embrace more. So you have all these different things that represent that. All of that represents hip hop journalism, whether you like it or not. That's why when you say who's the GOAT, they compare me against Sway, Angie Martinez, Big Boy, which are all radio people. I'm a journalist. What I do is dead in terms of magazines and the impact I have. So the lines are so blurry that when you make statements like that, it's like, what are you really saying? Are you dissing the no-names that write articles and because this kid at the Rolling Stone is whack, that's why Kendrick's not doing an interview? It's like, it's all bullshit. It's all self-serving and it doesn't really make any sense. And if being a real one was rewarded, I would get the Kendrick interview. But that's real. The real ones left aren't being rewarded with anything. So what's the point of saying that? It's just a bunch of nonsense. That sounds good in theory, that this is what it is. Like, so my whole thing is now I'm past it. It's like, you don't want to sit with me, you don't want to sit with me. You don't want to play, you want to play a game with me, fine. The people that want to do the interviews, I'll do it. I'll put the work in and let the work speak for itself. But
You
this
don't
all
wanna
like
work with me no
this-
more.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm finally at that place. I'm finally at that place where I'm not gonna like, because like you can't bully them to give you the interviews, as DJ had said in the past. Like, artists have the power to make the change that we want to see. They're not gonna do it because by nature, the media-artist relationship is contentious. They only want praise. They don't want any critical analysis. So that can't be solved. So when Punch did that thing, I said it's unfixable. And I'm fine with it. I'll put the line, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm fine with it. That's what it is. Do your work. I encourage young journalists to do their work. And I would encourage younger journalists who get dismayed by this type of shit, understand that this is still very youth-driven. The same way Jeremy Heck is building a relationship with like a Chris Patrick.
Yeah, Chris Patrick.
Find your tribe. That's what you should be worried about. You should be documenting. If you're young in this and encouraged, you should find a way to document, whether it's through the old school way or with a camera or whatever you're doing, go into the shows. Connect with the artists that you mess with because that new generation may be open to do interviews. And it all starts with the youth, right? So chasing Drake at this point of his career, chasing Kendrick at this point of his career is nonsense anyhow. Find a younger artist that haven't experienced any of this yet and document their journey. Find those connections. That's what Jeremy does every day. Besides covering the big, massive thing, what's going on, I think that's part of your call, what you do, and which is why you're growing in the space. So it's possible, but don't get discouraged by this whole discourse every couple of months about this is what's fucked up about hip hop journalism. This is what we're gonna say about hip hop journalism. It's all bullshit.
And there's so many great journalists too, like in all different facets. There's people who are journalists and document it on Twitter. There's people who are vloggers who are journalists. There's people who do interviews
It's
with
all
upcoming artists.
journalism at this point.
You know what's funny is I actually didn't consider myself a journalist until this year. Until you told me I was a journalist, I did not
You're
consider
a
myself.
journalist, yes.
I had to look it up. It's a person who writes for newspapers, magazines, or news websites, or prepares news to broadcast. And it's funny because I always wanted to
By
be.
definition, then we're all journalists.
We're all right.
That's what I'm saying.
So I
The
always
prepared
thought,
news, the broadcast part got lost because so much was driven on the written word back then. But now written word doesn't have the same power. unless Kendrick Lamar does an interview, everybody's gonna take the time to read it, like you said, because Wayno said niggas don't read. So that doesn't have the power. So, but people forget that broadcast does tie into that. And then broadcasters is what's celebrated. When they look at the OGs, it's radio broadcasters.
Yeah. Sorry, what was you about to say?
That I almost consider myself more of, because I took it very seriously. Like I went to communication school, but it wasn't for journalism. But I have a master's in communication still.
You got a master's?
Yeah, I do.
Damn, Jeremy Heck.
Thank you. You know what? My mom would be so happy. She's like, you never mentioned that you have a master's
You
from
got a
USC.
master's degree and you fuck with us? Are your parents proud of what you chose to do? Be honest.
Yes, they are. But it was not like it was
actually like, you can go fuck with these niggas and I'm assuming
couldn't
you pay.
Stay in the praise, could you?
Huh? No, I'm just saying, not like these like monkeys. I'm saying you want to fuck with niggas like,
oh God.
And you have a master's degree, like you could be like some shit.
They didn't understand what I was doing
and you work with a company like this that got the words that you got two consonants together. That's what you work for, a company. There's two consonants together.
They didn't get it for a while, but they are very proud. And my mom tells me I should talk about my master's degree more, so she'll be very happy about this.
So you have a master's degree in communications?
Yeah, in strategic public relations.
I don't know if I respect that more or if I think you're fucking crazy. Like I respect the fact that you have come down to fuck with us in this realm.
I mean, the only reason I came to school out here was I call it the J. Cole method. I wanted to go to school, but I was really trying to work with Hov. Like I was trying to find a radio personality, a media personality, someone to take me under their wing and give me a shot. And that was Jay Cruz from Power 106. That's what I wanted to do. So I needed a visa.
Jay Cruz, shout out Jay Cruz.
Yeah, shout out to Jay Cruz. But what I was gonna say is I was always like media personality and interviewer were what I identified with. Because I do think I'm a good interviewer, if not a great interviewer. And I talk, I speak in front of cameras, I host. But to your point, it's all kind of these blurred lines. And I think you've been very careful about
what
how
if
you
DJ
brand
Hed is
yourself.
already a journalist?
I understand by definition I'm a journalist, but I had this conversation multiple times and we don't need to dive into it, but people don't actually use words with their definitions. People just feel their way through life. That's not how I live.
So who do you think Punch is directing that towards? Like, if he's not talking about the academics, then who's he talking about? He's not talking about the kid.
Well, I don't know if he's used. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's using it specifically by the definition of journalists.
No,
I'll have to ask him. But I'm just saying, like, this nuance. That's the problem. Is there is no nuance because people just feel how they feel, and no words have a definition.
I just don't like that. Again, these artists don't talk to us, as I keep saying. So you don't feed the ecosystem, but then you still want to stay on the side and be critical of the ecosystem, and then justify your actions and you can't control that. Like I don't expect Punch to be able to produce Kendrick at this point of his life and career. Right? Kendrick's his own man, even though they're good friends. Whatever. It's like these artists can do what they want. They're rich and they're successful, but it's like, if we know the ecosystem is not being fed, like the things that inspired all of us growing up as these people linked to us, then why sit back and then tear it down and try to critique it even further?
Yeah, but you only care because it's Punch. Because somebody could tweet that and you wouldn't care.
Yeah, because he has power and he could be part of the change that he's acting like he's stepping back in the sidelines and being against. Like, is he going to have a serious conversation to Kendrick about who he should speak to or not speak to, or his artists in general? Like you said, like Top has probably been involved with Ab-Soul and like who you should speak to, how you should carry yourself in interviews. Like, are you doing that type of thing to be part of that change? Like, it's not just because no one else is worthy. It's like, there's a lot of factors to it, is all I'm trying to say. And I think when you make a statement about that,
Punch has been a part of that conversation.
Of course, and he's an artist himself.
Right.
But I just think it's very complex, and I just think that I want to know, again, like I would ask you, like, something sparked that something irritated him to make that statement at that time. I don't know if it was me or Jeremy Hecht or the Vanity Fair backlash. I mean,
if it was Jeremy, backlash, he would have told him last night.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, okay, good.
That was my hot take, but then you squashed that, and then you squashed beef with him right before the show happened. So
I know. Less good content. but what people also need to realize is the system. Part of the reason why hip hop journalism is suffering is because the system that holds hip hop journalism has suffered tremendously when it comes to the revenue that comes into a lot of these companies, when it comes to ad sales, when it comes to investment. There's very little going into a lot of these hip hop magazines, a lot of these blogs, a lot of these companies. And so what Russ was talking about a couple weeks ago is relevant here. It costs money to produce interviews, right? Like I've been with HipHopDX for 5 years, and there's a lot of times where I want to do an interview with someone, and especially earlier on in my career, where it would be like, but is that going to make us money? is that going to have a return on investment? My whole team knows that, right? Like there's times where like we've been unable to shoot something, or we've been unable to edit because we couldn't pay the editors, or we couldn't put it up because it's only going to do 1,000 views and that's not going to return the revenue. So the system is kind of hard to get up and coming artists to do interviews, and then therefore it's hard to build that platform for bigger artists to want to do that interview. So when Russ was talking about like with your Drake interview, right? That was a very produced interview, but Drake was part of the production.
Negotiate a partnership.
I also disagree that's not true. I think there's a lot of excuses going on both sides. I think it's not hard to shoot an interview. Like you can shoot an interview on an iPhone. They have voice isolation. People are lazy, and people want to use their laziness as a caveat to prevent them from being great. You can literally, I know people who make beats on their phone. Watts Homie Quan, up until I think maybe like last year, built a whole career on his iPhone. He had a bullshit iPhone. It was a bullshit iPhone. Like it screen cracked, all that. He shoot everything on his iPhone, edit everything in CapCut. CapCut is free. It's a free program you can edit videos in. Alex uses it here. Like you can use CapCut. You can shoot stuff on a phone. If you don't have a phone, you can shoot it on you can get a used phone right now for less than $100, right? A phone with a camera, with a decent camera, and shoot whatever you want to shoot and edit it on your phone. People are just lazy and lack the wherewithal or the resources or the fortitude to do it. And when you shoot it, if you can do an interview on a phone, you can do an interview with cameras. It's the same thing.
Well, I think that's a fair point, but that is why there are so many people. The ones who are succeeding, like the new generation, are people who are figuring that out and doing it, right? I'm just talking about like in terms of the system of like rewarding at a company.
There's not a system in place anymore.
No, I agree with you.
But also people should be able to do it.
The companies are full of shit because the company wants to control how you do and what you do and all that. That's all bullshit. We can do the bigger picture with 3 phones. It's just we have a great production team. We have a great production value.
We're blessed to do it.
We're blessed to have a infrastructure to do it. But if we didn't, we would just be like, oh, we want it to look with a certain way. That's us being creatives. Yeah. That's not stopping the motion, though.
No, if we did a Zoom call with us 3 and we're just speaking, I think we would still
Earn Your Leisure has built a $10 million business off of a fucking Zoom and a laptop.
Yeah.
It's not far-fetched. It's just people think that it's this and it's that. It's just not all. It's not all that complicated.
You gotta embrace the challenges.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Well, shout out to the upcoming journalists out there. Keep going.
Shout out to the journalists. Journalism is a real thing. It's a real craft. I respect it. And don't.
The Absol interviews journalism. Like as simple as that. So
I did research and all that.
Oh, you did?
Did some research. Yeah.
There you go, bro.
Just interviewed Akon. Did a lot of research for that one.
Shout out to Akon.
We got ASAP Fergs, right? There's a lot of shit coming.
That's what I'm saying. So why is it so important to have these interviews on the Effective Immediately platform?
For me,
yeah,
I'm building a radio show. I want to like people think it's a podcast, like it's a radio show. I'm on the radio, like so. I want to bring back the nostalgia of having a radio show, even though it's digital and we're on YouTube and podcast apps. It's a radio show. Like
you view guests as mandatory to the process?
We do a show every week, whether with our guests.
But it seems like you up in the ante with the guests.
Yeah, definitely, because I want that traffic to come through, and I want people to feel like that's a hub that they can come through, where we're going to listen to the music, we're going to dissect the music and stuff like that. It's not just a commentary shoot on what they have going on. Yeah. They're involved in the conversation.
Do you guys want to have a guest on this show soon? Should we? Who would be our first guest?
Don't say Tommy Richmond.
That's all I want.
Tommy, you can go.
Whatever you guys want to do, man. I'm with not having a guest. This is actually the first thing I've done this many times without a goddamn guest.
I like this.
I do like this.
I think we'd have to find a way to do a guest that's not exactly this, but a different offshoot brand of that. Us interacting with an artist, but I don't think it should be like trying to force an artist in this setup.
Yeah.
I think we have to come up with something creative of us dealing with the artists and
the medium.
I'm into that. I think it's like a sub brand in a certain aspect.
I like that.
Yeah.
And you also had
the medium-sized picture.
The medium. I just said that, and then you say
for real?
Yeah.
Well, I appropriated it.
That's fine.
Like the bigger picture, colon something like
Yeah. And the Elliott.
Even the bigger picture. Colon interview, like it's just a separate thing. It's not this thing that we're doing here. This is built on.
I don't know. I don't think it should be an interview. I think it should be just conversation, round table.
Yeah, like about the topics.
The bigger conversation.
Yeah, so we have a guest.
Look at that.
We
See
have
how
a
it-
guest,
There we go.
and we don't interview
Write
them.
that down,
I don't
somebody.
think we should interview them. I think they should just be involved in what we do every day.
And it'll be like maybe there's things that relate to them where it's like if
Yeah.
we're talking about lyricism and they're a lyricist,
True.
the state of lyricism and
But I
hip-hop
think we
and
should
yeah.
do the show, and they just here chiming in on the show. I think
They
that
raise their
no
hand.
one's doing that. Everyone's doing interviews. No one's doing that though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well,
The
upcoming.
bigger conversation.
Bigger
Well,
conversations
Tell
coming
the chat
soon.
if they want
Yeah,
that.
let us know who you want
Put
as
some
our first
broccolis
guest.
in that chat box.
Broccolis right now. Broccoli it up. Broccoli
Put
it
some
up in the
broccolis
chat.
in there if you want that bigger conversation. You say we're running out of shit to say to each other? We need a guest now?
No. We could, we all could literally talk for multiple hours. Like I said to someone yesterday, I said, I'm so good. I don't love small talk, but I'm so good at it that if you never left, we could talk for an hour and a half here.
See, I'm not good at small talk.
No, you're a bigger
He
picture
from New York.
conversation.
We don't do that. We
Say,
don't do that,
fuck
New York.
Yo, let me get a chopped cheese.
Nah, my
Um,
thing is more the better. When I go back to New York, I have to have a bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning.
Yeah, because
On
they
the
only
roll.
got
There you go.
eggs in New York.
Y'all don't make the bacon. You don't make the bacon right out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know about that.
Have you ever seen a chicken in New York? Where the fuck are
Chicken?
the eggs coming from?
I don't care. I don't think about that, brother.
I've never seen an animal in New York
Do they
outside of
shit
the rodents and pets.
Do
Have
they-
you ever seen an animal in New York
You want
City?
a rat sandwich and shit?
Where the fuck is the animals at?
Oh, they're there.
I ain't
The
never seen
rats
an animal.
ate
in
them
New-
all. The rats eat them all. You don't
New
see
York
them.
has many animals: mammals, beavers,
Shut the fuck
bobcats,
up,
coyotes, birds, bald eagles.
Hey, he has a master's degree. Watch how you talk to him,
Fish.
man. Is he a master?
I knew I was waiting for
Yeah.
him to make the joke.
I wasn't gonna go there. That was low hanging fruit.
Oh, you don't like?
I took the
lying,
shot. I
dude.
took the shot though. Like,
You
wouldn't call him Master Jeremy out of respect for his
His
degree?
degree?
M.A.
No.
M.A. Jeremy.
MJ? You can't call him MJ?
No.
For the 23rd episode?
Mm-mm.
Master Jeremy?
Mm-mm.
That's a crazy episode name. Masters.
Master Jeremy.
Master J.
Master J. That's like a nice like old school rapper.
Master P and Master J.
I would just call it. It would be like MASSA though for you.
No, we don't have to do that. We could also.
I don't think his mom would sign off for that.
Yeah, no, she went
A
from being
master degree?
proud to what's happening. No, my mom did say, she's like, you know what? I really love your interactions with DJ Hed. I feel like you guys are so funny back and forth, just joking around.
Hey, Mama J, West Coast champ.
Don't call it champ.
Don't call your mom champ. Hey, you see Jerry check me? Hey, don't call my mom champ.
You can call her Mama J though. Shout out to Sarah, great woman.
Oh, that shit's crazy. Damn, Alex is fast.
Yeah, inciting violence.
It's not inciting violence.
No, it's fun.
Shout out to Mama J.
Mama J.
Mama Hecht.
Mama Hecht.
Mama Hecht.
Mama
Is she
Fleischer.
married to your dad?
Yeah, but she has a different last name. She kept her last name, Fleischer.
Independent woman.
Yeah.
Your mom. You wait.
She
wait.
kept the lineage going because it
What's
was
her
all
last
women.
name?
Fleischer. It was all women, and she was the only one. Or she wanted to keep the last name going, but there was no men in her family, so she just kept it.
Okay.
Oh, you're an edge.
Yeah.
You're gonna putt
You
the
know-
ball, you're an edge.
Nah,
No,
I'm
nigga.
good.
It got too close once mothers got involved. You
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Okay, all right.
My patriarch is kicking in.
You would have made me. Would you allow a woman to keep her last name?
Yeah. For sure.
Okay.
But I'm not taking hers. That's out.
No, my dad didn't take her name.
Oh.
No, that would be crazy.
Oh, that's why I'm
He
like.
kept his name too. He's
Oh,
Hecht. Yeah,
you
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
yeah, the last
No,
name
no,
is
no.
over here. I'm
No,
like,
no,
oh,
no,
that's
no.
interesting.
No.
So you got his last name, but he couldn't keep it.
No,
You know
no,
what I'm
no,
saying?
no,
All right.
no. Benji kept the
That'd be
name.
crazy.
Yeah. You need an accountability hour this week, though.
What do I do now?
No, you admitted it, but you were wrong about a certain Kendrick Lamar
Pull
album
the
Oh,
footage.
God.
not
Alex.
being a classic
Let's pull
album.
the footage.
You excited by this?
Let's pull it.
And it took you what?
I'm
I
a
think
fan
it was,
of Elliott Wilson's Crown series. Elliott Wilson.
Thank you, brother. Thank
You know what I'm saying? Now let's pull the footage up where you were wrong.
well,
This wasn't even
there
a
is,
crowd. You're wrong.
Telling the truth, I didn't think
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
But you still have bigged up the truth. So, like, are you
Yeah.
mad at me? And do you feel
No,
like
I'm definitely not mad at you.
do you feel like it is a classic and I'm wrong?
I'm not soft like that. You know what I mean? You keep your opinion. Yeah, you gonna be the same brother to me. You feel me? But
No doubt. Cause you said something like, I'm like, it's just like BET or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm Donnie Simpson. Out here.
no, I definitely feel like it's definitely classic worthy. I always said it just gotta have them years behind it.
Yeah.
You know, I purchased my first CD, probably was like 13. You know, so I look at a kid grabbing his first CD, Good Kid, Mad City, will he still be bumping this, you know, when he's 23? You dig what I'm saying? And I feel he will be bumping it, you know. And a lot of people say it's an instant classic. That's great, you know. I love that, but I want that longevity. You know, I don't want you to be saying it because it's, you know, I'm hot right now. Or, whatever the quote is.
I heard you're the hottest MC in the game.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, but eventually, you know, most artists, you know, that flame usually burn out. So I'm not really concerned with that as much as everybody else is. You know, I want that longevity in it.
You called him the hottest MC in the game.
No, he got it. MTV was doing hottest MCs back
I have a
then.
question.
That was a nod. Yes.
Is Good Kid, Mad City classic?
Yes, DJ Hed. Unquestionably, it's a classic. And to give you the backstory there, so it came out 2012, as we know. We just celebrated the anniversary. And this was March 2013. So I did a live interview with Kendrick Lamar. That's my first live interview. That interview inspired me to create the Crown series, which I later created that year. The first official Crown was with Tyler, the Creator. At that time, I had a show with Jay-Z's Laughing Times Network called The Truth. And I did a whole thing about 2012 albums. And the big albums that year was Life is Good, Nas, and Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City. And I did the whole dilemma of like, are these albums classics or not? Like, people love these albums, are they classics? And at the time, there was so much like instant classic talk with Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. I think the journalist in me, the critic in me rebelled against that. Like, you know, everybody's saying it's a classic. I don't know if it's fully a classic. Maybe it's 4.5 mics. It's 4, but like I knew it was great, but I didn't want to give it that final like stamp of classic.
First one's like the last one. It's a classic.
So then what happened is very shortly after that, less than a year later, I finally on the record went on Twitter and said, you know what, I was wrong. This is 2013, same year. It's a classic.
What sparked that tweet? Because I was reading that too.
Just realizing it was a classic. Like I was wrong I was hanging on to the idea that it's not fully a classic, but it kept going and growing and growing. And Drake came with Nothing Was the Same, and it still was this huge, impactful album. And I was like, you know what? I think it's actually the last album that for the old school tradition of viewing something as a classic when it meant something. I think it killed the old school look at classic hip hop albums. Like to me, that's the last album that came out that got that kind of old lineage classic stamp. I think it's never been the same since then, honestly.
Cardi B
Nothing was the same?
No, I don't. It's not the same way. I think back then it was still like the East Coast, like Nas, Biggie, Illmatic kind of thing that was hanging on.
My Crazy Life.
Thing. No, I think those things are classics. I'm just saying, I don't see people. If you tweet that, I don't think you'll see that in the history. I'm just think that it was important to dub Good Kid, Mad City in real time, give it its props, right? The same way, you know, To Pimp a Butterfly wasn't fully understood in real time. So I think the hype was so big at that time, I just tried to rebel against it. But I think that's the last album to have that kind of thing where it meant something to say, oh, that's a classic.
Well, it's weird.
I think Kendrick kind of killed that tradition with that album. That's how powerful that album is.
It's weird that there was talk about it being a classic, but I like to give it 5 years before I call something classic. Maybe 3 in the streaming era because it takes so long. But it's weird that everyone was so quick to give it that title versus waiting on it.
That was the same energy around New York with Nas back in the 90s with Illmatic, because it was a new artist and like, this is so good, so sequenced well, cohesive, and you know, he's going to be one of our new leaders. So I think it had that same energy. Like it was like the ascension of Kendrick, and people recognized how great it was. So yeah.
This is the most me tweet ever I found from 2012. I said, reading the Rap Genius explanation of Kendrick's album after listening to it is a crazy experience. Perfection of words. # classic album.
How old are you?
I must have been 18. Probably like right. Yeah.
When did you fall in love with hip hop?
Oh God, not Brown Sugar. I work at Double XL.
I was 8. I was 8 when I started to really love like Get Rich or Die Trying was the first album that I got, the clean version.
Really?
Yeah,
the clean version.
The clean version.
What does that even sound like?
A lot of bleeps. A
Did
lot
they
of
do gunshot? Like,
They did some of the gunshots, I think. Then
what's that song? I Smell.
I don't know how they did it. Then I did Eminem, but then like when I really fell in love with music that I felt like I connected to was the blog era. Like I would say like 2009. It was my year of like finding Drake and finding Kendrick and finding Cudi and Wiz and Big Sean and Nicki, and you know that was like I felt like I connected, which is what
Did you go to Rap Radar? Or did you go to those other sites?
I went to
Tudo Boys.
Shout out to all of them, but I went to Rap Radar a lot.
You're not just saying that because
I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that. I did.
To this day, sorry, go ahead.
But no, I was no. You go.
To this day, I don't know what the fuck SOHH means.
I forgot what it is. Some of hip hop.
Yeah, shout out to them.
I forgot about that.
I wasn't trying to derail. I'm just
I forgot what the S stands for.
Support online hip hop.
Oh, support online hip hop. Look at
Yeah.
that. Early days.
Yeah, that's the AI from Google.
Was you all hip hop person or SOHH person?
I'm from the West Coast. I fuck with the Vegas niggas.
That's what SOHH.
No,
What's all hip-hop?
Shake is from Vegas.
No, that's Two Dope Boys. I'm talking about before we had the blogs, we had allhiphop.com.
Oh, the main sites.
Allhiphop.com and SOHH.
I
Was the
was
battle.
going on probably All Hip Hop or Double XL.
Double XL.
You a Shake kind of guy, Two Dope Boys? Shake doesn't like me, that guy.
Shake don't fuck with nobody.
There you go.
Shake is a real asshole.
Well, there you go. Thankfully,
He don't like nobody.
Two Dope
I
Boys.
didn't like Shake or Mega for a long time.
join the club.
They were an offshoot of HipHopDX, technically. Two Dope Boys.
Yeah.
But what is the best and worst year in hip hop? We don't have to
I didn't get a chance to
spend-
look at that. Can we
So,
do that next week?
Yeah, we can do that next week. Because 2009 is my favorite year of hip hop, just personally, but they put it as one of the worst years ever. So I was a little bit disappointed.
I saw them getting a lot of beef for that list. I got to go look at the list.
Yeah, it was interesting. All right, is there anything else you guys want to close with? There is other stuff, but
Nah, we don't have time, but I do want to shout out to Triple H,
yeah.
Elliott Wilson's GOAT,
Yes, sir.
for leaning into hip hop more and more. I see, is Lil Baby about to make a comeback?
Uh-oh.
He could be gearing. What happened to
Lil
Lil
Baby
Baby?
been
How do you
kinda-
go from wrestling to Lil... Oh, because Lil Baby loves wrestling.
Yeah, Lil Baby has been, popping up here and there. He got some shit going on with the WWE. I ain't figured it out yet.
You think he's going to be part of the rollout?
I need to call, actually. I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to call one of my people and see what's up.
You got to plug at the
See what's up
world
with
wrestling.
use my journalism bag and see what's going on with Lil Baby in the WWE.
Is Roddy Rich dropping anytime soon?
No, I don't know. Not that I know of.
Okay. Because I did like the songs that he...
Oh, 911 and
Yeah.
Survivor's Remorse. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to Roddy.
Corday's dropping. Corday
Corday
just
is
announced his
dropping.
album.
Corday is
Day.
dropping an album. I'm excited for
Corday.
this.
Yeah, it's fire.
He's excited, and I'm excited too, because he's like, rap is back. I'm like, that's Rapsody shit. You can't say that. But
Full circle.
He's like, bro, people are loving bars. People are loving rap and hip hop again. Like, it's time. I'm like, all right, let's see.
So you haven't heard the album yet?
What do you mean? I mean, I've heard there's different renditions of the album. So
you've been part of the album making process of hearing different things.
I've been in with
Okay,
Corday,
gotcha.
and I've heard a majority of what he has to offer.
And now is this thing where your feedback is asked stuff? You give feedback, or is this more?
Like Corday always wants the truth, raw, uncut, unfiltered. Like
Interesting.
I love Corday because he's like
he could take it. You're saying. He could take the critique.
he's like,
pussy, right?
huh?
He could take it, man.
I
Pause.
just
He
said
could
pause,
take
yeah,
it.
yeah.
He's one of them artists who wants to be great, and if something is not up to par, he will figure out a way to make it.
So you'll say maybe you're rapping too fast, blah 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 blah, something that, and then you'll see him go in the booth and apply what you said to him and try to do it differently.
Okay, I can go back to it. So the previous album he did.
Was it a bird's eye view? Yeah.
So when we were working on that, when I was in with him, when I was in the studio with him
Pro
for
bono
for that project, he played me a song on the album. It was produced by Boy Wonder. You can go do your Googles on that. And he played me the song, and I'm like, what? This is the shit. Like, what is this? And he was like, bro, you fuck with him? I'm like, bro, you need to put this out like first. And he was like, why? I said, because you talking shit. It was a song called Super, I think. Last year I made $7 million, didn't have to have a fucking show, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, we've never heard Corday talk shit. Corday's humble, he's, family guy, whatever. But he was talking his shit. I said, this needs to go out. He was like, you think? I'm like, bro, this is the record that you need to go out with because it established, it's gonna put you in a different light that people not expecting Corday to be. He was like, you sure? I said, yes, nigga. I didn't know, but I'm still talking because he was like out of my peripheral.
Yeah.
He had jumped on the phone on FaceTime and was in the other room on the FaceTime with Boy Wonder. Like, I need this beat.
Send me the stems.
That's fire.
Don't sell this beat. I'm like, this is going on the album for sure. Like, DJ Hed is here. Like, and I was like, damn, okay, for sure. And then Super came out and it was fire.
I did hear an iteration of the album.
What the fuck is an uniter? See,
Like
I use real words.
Like an iteration, like one, like I don't know what version. iteration is a word.
But what's
an iteration, because you wouldn't put two vowels next to each other. You wouldn't put an A and an I next to each other without an N. So I just
This show is educational.
Yeah. So I heard an iteration of it.
Kids.
Wait, nutrition facts.
Yeah. But it sounded really good. I did get
Put some
feedback.
sea
I
moss
don't
in
know
your diet, motherfuckers.
I got it.
I know you do.
Turmeric.
Wait, so they played you a version of the Corday album?
A version of the Corday album. This a couple months ago.
And this is Ace.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Shout out to Ace. And they did ask me. I asked, dude, would you like feedback or would you just want me to just listen? And they said we're open to feedback. So I gave what my feedback was. It wasn't much, but what I heard. He's really rapping, but he's doing it in a digestible way, like you said, where there's, and I'm sure you had a hand in that, where you could play the song. That's why I really liked the last single, because I'm like, this is a version of Corday where the bars aren't lacking, but it's very much like digestible. The BPM was good. You could play it on the radio.
Gotta get a good BPM.
But I am excited to his point, like, and me and Reason were talking about this yesterday, where lyrics
name drop, Reason.
You know what I'm saying?
Free from TDE.
But he was
shots.
saying, like, he appreciates what we do in terms of looking at lyrics and dissecting. He's like, sometimes you might go too far, but you got to go there so we can pull it back, because we'd rather people over dissect a lyric than under dissect. And I think we're at a point where people really care about lyricism. People care about bars again. And so I'm excited for artists, like Corday or my guy.
Corday should be happy the way he's spoken, because he feels like
I believe it. So we'll see. What did Kendrick say before Good Kid, Mad City when he was like, will hip hop live? That was a big conversation before that album. Will hip hop live on October 22nd?
Did you know Good Kid, Mad City was a classic instantly?
Yeah.
I'll take it. I received that.
There's actually
When was the first time you heard Good Kid, Mad City in its entirety?
You know what I'm saying? But
can you think for a second? You can't say.
You know what I'm saying? There is actually I don't know if this is out there, but there's actually so Glasses Malone had an album called Beach Cruiser. Okay. What came out wasn't the original Beach Cruiser album. And basically, the Beach Cruiser album, the original Beach Cruiser album, was supposed to be basically a journey through the day. It's like you wake up in the morning and then the day takes you all the way through the night. And I remember us having those conversations about, like Dot. So I just shout out to Ali. He was just on Iman Shumper's podcast. And
gave you a shout out
there.
My boy Mixed by Ali, and he was talking about us being on tour together. That's a true story. We were on the Independent Grind tour. I talked about that before. It was me and Glasses and J-Rock and Ali, Kendrick, E40, Tech Nine.
And you guys are paying dues because you're Glasses DJ.
I'm Glasses DJ.
And Kendrick is a hype man.
J-Rock. Yeah, Dot is hyping for J-Rock. And he don't even have a song like that on the set. He's hyping for J-Rock, and Ali is DJing. Ali wasn't a DJ like that, but he was DJing for J-Rock. And so we would on that tour, we, our bond became really, really, really different because we didn't have money. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So long story short, Glasses' album Beach Cruiser was kind of a framework for what that ended up being, because
inspiring.
And Dada has talked about that before. It's like, G Malone being one of them ones for him. And so I don't necessarily want to speak for him and say that was an inspiration, but I definitely know that those conversations were had where Good Kid, Mad City was kind of like a journey through the day of like what the life is like over on that
from his
perspective or whatever. So
that's dope.
That's a cool little back.
Shout out to Glasses.
My only last anecdote, I went to the New York listing when it came out, Chung King, and somebody reminded me that I guess one of the songs had Lady Gaga on it originally. And we heard that version.
It's Don't Kill My Vibe.
Yeah, and then the version that came out was way better than the version we heard in real time with Lady Gaga. So no disrespect to Lady Gaga, but
it was probably because the way you didn't nod your head, you probably were like, and they're like, we gotta get her
not
out.
Nodding his head. No Lady Gaga on this album. You have the Lady Gaga version? Is it the Serato?
That J version was crazy.
Up in the clouds. Yeah, I got a couple of versions. Oh, Spotlight.
That's okay. That's Spotlight.
Oh, I have such a drama story with the Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe remix story that I can't tell. Maybe I'll tell it in the what's that podcast?
You should write a tell-all book.
You're gonna take it to another podcast?
No. I say it without saying who the person is, but then I have to say it in a way that doesn't give a clue that you can know who's talking about. But somebody was involved with that song that acted in a way that caused a lot of drama, and for a while was let's say removed from the team, and nobody knew were removed from the team, and then things later got resolved and it didn't miss a beat. But it was,
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what the fuck you talking
there you
about.
go.
That was you
polarized
did
date. I
it
did a good
just
job?
enough where I don't even know.
There
I was
were
like trying to-
ramifications. Like DJ said, there were ramifications.
like someone messed up.
I'm in a blender right now. I don't know what this man just said.
In the string of
circle,
getting
in that circle, Jay-Z doing that remix and how it came out to the world caused someone to have a problem with that, and that therefore was kind. You know, somebody get put on timeout. The crew
after it came out though,
yeah,
and then they got brought back in.
but took a minute to get back. But most people don't know that there was even a separation.
Speculation.
Speculation. But okay, so is it Cowboy? No,
Spotlight.
I got Gunna, my guy Gunna, new song, Him All Along. I think it's dope. He put out an album this year. I thought it was dope, but it didn't hit as hard as the album last year. Gift and the Curse, it was one of one. But yeah, I like his new song, Him All Along, produced by Turbo. Just more of a real slap single kind of vibe. And I got to shout out Hall of Famer Q-Tip from Queens, New York. Tribe Called Quest made the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Q-Tip is my guy. Gave a nice speech. He doesn't like to be front facing and shit. So respect to Kamal, respect to the team, man. R.I.P. Fife. Tribe Called Quest, man. Big Queens.
Spotlight on my guy Fresco Trey, super dope artist out of Memphis. He just dropped a song called World on Fire. Very different than some of his other stuff, but very heartfelt, very soulful. There's some choirs in the background. So he's one of my favorite artists. I've known him for a long time. And then Gene Dawson dropped a really dope album that I think deserves a lot of attention. Has a really cool Yachty feature, honestly, on there on Die For Me. That's my favorite song off there. I think Yachty like got in his emotional singing bag, but it really fit the song. Houston's dope, but the whole thing is really like alternative hip hop, R&B. It's genreless.
Yachty DM me and asked me, do I have a problem with him?
What did you say?
I didn't respond yet.
Okay, you're thinking about your reply. Okay, we'll come back to it next week. We'll come
You
back
love
to it
when
next week.
artists interact with me. Why do you love that so much?
What you mean? Do you have a problem with him or no?
He's
I don't
thinking
have
about
a
it.
problem with him, but I've said I don't like some of the things he's done, but I don't have a problem with him. I don't know what that really means.
All right. Do you give a fuck who he hang with?
Well, I think he got offended by that. I said that Boat left the boy to go with the creator or something like that. I tweeted.
Oh, you
out.
did
Yeah,
tweet.
yeah, so.
Well, that's probably why he's asking. He's probably like, you just keep throwing subliminal shots at me every chance you get. Is there
subliminal?
or a straight up shot?
Boat left the boy to kick it with the creator, like or whatever.
Yeah,
it was,
you
like,
know, yeah.
But think about that. That is a power move, though. He's good for that. Like, does it satisfy you? I'm sorry to interrupt our segment of Spotlight, but does it satisfy you that I would say that the artists, hip hop artists that are in the best position to flourish next year, that their 2025 is already kind of mapped out lovely, is Kendrick Lamar and Tyler the Creator, who happen to both be from the West Coast. If you wanted to be any two artists,
not just from the West Coast,
they
from here,
L.A.
West Coast. But I think it's amazing. West Coast.
Yeah, so Yachty, I just think that, Yachty attaching himself to Tyler is a power move, right? He's going to be on tour with him from February 05 to September 05, right? And, he was lastly with Drake, he was part of the major thing. I credit him a lot with why Her Loss is so great to me. He was heavily involved with that. He was on part of Fall of the Dogs. It seemed like they had a little bit of falling out with that Super Soaker shit and all that type of stuff. And I thought that was foul that the religious kid said he didn't want it to come out. What does he do? Fuck it. Give it to Guy Sinat, play it on the stream. That's not cool. Throws his podcast partner under the bus. There's no more podcasts. I like that podcast. This is the girl. He tries to expose the girl. Like, these aren't cool moves, man. And my thing as an artist, I think he's super talented, but I've figured out what it is that he doesn't really recognize his good shit from his not so good shit. I'm sure DJ Hed could relate to artists. It's like he thinks everything he does is gold, and it's just like, and he doesn't really sit with what really works at the time. Like even when the Poland record worked, it was like, so he just frustrates me as an artist. And I think that, but he is very smart. And I think the Tyler move is such a brilliant chess move That's why I had to get a little bit of a jab in there. But other than that, I'll leave him alone.
I think people aligning themselves. People aligning themselves with Tyler the Creator is an amazing move.
Yeah, I think that everyone loves Tyler.
For music and from a business standpoint.
Well, even what I really loved, and I haven't seen anyone talk about it, but I loved the way that Tyler put all of their names as equals on the tour. That's big. Most people have the headliner's name, and then they'll put like, you know, small, like with Lil Yachty especially. It was Tyler, Lil Yachty, Paris, Texas, all equal on there as the Chromacopia experience.
That's why he gave you a crossword puzzle, DJ Hed. How do you not appreciate the crossword puzzle, man?
Maybe mild dyslexia. My spotlight is please go to just my spotlight is go to
shirts. Get them shirts.
Go to culturemerch.shop. You know what I'm saying? Get them stay on stream tees, support the movement. I support all of the streamers. I stand with you. Don't be silenced, kings.
Wait, was it culturemerch.shop?
Yep.
Wait.
Oh, don't don't.
Okay, okay. But it'll be out right now. Okay.
You really came in with some real business acumen situation.
I love that. I love that. I'm gonna cop a shirt.
King, there's no records in rotation? There's not a song you can pick up, nothing?
Yeah, go to culturemerch.shop. It's gonna be some music playing and shit.
Maybe. Hold up. This is just a theory. I don't know anything. But maybe you go to culturemerch.shop and there's stay on stream shirts, and then there's a tab on the top right and it says music. And under music
Don't
it
say
says
Jeremy.
snippets.
Don't
and
say
then
it,
you
Jeremy.
click on the snippet and maybe you could purchase a full version of the song.
Do you want a broccoli shirt?
I would love a broccoli shirt.
I'll make a broccoli shirt just for you.
You would?
Yeah. I'm gonna put up on the
and then I'll promote them.
Yeah, I'll put it up on the site for you.
Thank you. One of one. Do I have to catch it first? Like, do I have to get?
No, I'm gonna get you a broccoli shirt. There's broccoli on it.
Yeah, just the emoji. That's
just
it.
the broccoli on it, and then you'll be good.
Okay, there.
No broccolini?
Shout out to
you ruined the broccolini.
Broccolini is fire.
I'm looking for the broccolini. You ruined the broccolini, man.
Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to the chat that rock with us every Saturday morning.
Yeah,
40K on the last 4 episodes.
The chat last week.
I did. What I say?
You said did he say something negative about the chat?
You did, but you pulled it back. But it was a little shot.
It was?
You said like fuck the chat, but it was because we said the chat was saying something, and then you're like, well, fuck the chat. But then you like pulled it back. You said I love the chat. Yeah.
You know
Never say fuck the chat, man.
Yeah, I fuck with the chat.
Bigger picture community. We have the best. We have 40K. We have a cult. Someone said we have a cult following. We have 40,000 people the last 4 episodes at least who are watching, and they're tuned into all the different jokes. They know about all of our different like things. They're
Shout out to the chat.
We like them too.
Do the thing.
What's the thing?
The thing.
The Big Show! Thank you, guys. Get DJ Hed's gear, motherfucker. Cop his shit. For Halloween. Treat yourself, King.
Treat yourself.
Your Halloween movie should be treat yourself, King.
Treat yourself.
This is gonna sound crazy. I have Canadian chocolate for you guys next week.
Ooh,
but
what is
I'm not
chocolate?
eating nothing from Canada.
No,
bro.
it's
I'm
good.
not fucking with it because I got shit to do tomorrow.
That sounds
No,
better
not
than
today.
Can we take a picture?
Yeah, this is gonna be not today. This is for next week.